We have feedback. Every day is an adventure. Much better. All right, so we're not going to be able to use those headphones today. So whatever, it is what it is. So we're going to be talking about CRoM Con a little bit today. Pops is running late. So for right now, we're going to talk a little bit with Pete Vasquez. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on here.
Hello, everybody. What's going on, Pete? Hanging in there, just enjoying another quiet Sunday evening. Day 5,432 of lockdown. So I'm enjoying myself. How are you? I see you had a little feedback.
I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there. It's been a tough week.
Yeah, I hear you. I understand and I empathize. So my day job shut down last Sunday for good. No mas. So it's like, yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, whatever.
So like, for me, it's end of days shut down, like they're done for
never
good?
Opening. Never. That store will never open again. That restaurant will never open again as that restaurant. They're done.
Shame.
Happens. I'm okay with it. I mean, other people, it hit other people a little harder than me. So I'm just I'm okay. So I'm just gonna be supportive and move on to the next. What are you gonna do? We're still here. I'm still breathing. Yeah, no, I'm still breathing. So, it's good.
Up there's Pops. Hold on. We're going to pop him in here.
I was just a filler. Okay. I see how it is.
Sorry, I'm late, guys.
I see how it is. That's okay. He had a whole feedback thing going on, so it was fine.
Oh, man. I had a big day. Real big day.
So how was your tea time?
My son and his friend and I played a 3-ball scramble on a 5-star course here in Michigan, Stolton Bray. I never played it before. We shot 77 as a team. We're pretty jacked right now. I have me a 6-iron this far from the hole on a par 3, tap in bird.
That's pretty cool.
Felt good.
I have a video, Pops, that I'm going to share it in the group once I charge my phone again. Baseball players at the driving range. There's this guy, I forget, it's this younger guy, it looks like, but he takes the swing, he does the leg kick. The sound of him hitting the ball, when I tell you, I don't think it's in this universe anymore.
It's not a ball like that. It's crazy.
I'm like, I think Pops would really appreciate this.
So I still got a golf ball in my pocket.
Oh, there you go.
I ran in. I made my son bring my bag in. Everything. I still got all my ball marker and divot, everything in my pocket. Man, yeah, it was fun, man. We haven't played that good. I haven't played that good in a long time. I was jacked.
Good.
So how you guys doing? What's up? What did I miss?
Nothing. He had some feedback. Yeah, he had some feedback, and we've just been kind of chit-chatting and getting things started. So you haven't missed a thing.
Well, I'm here now. Let's rock this joint. How you doing, Russell?
Might as well take advantage of this energy that he's got going on.
Yeah, you should, because this is like, I don't know, man.
It's the adrenaline.
Well, I didn't play for years, and I picked it back up on Father's Day last year when my son decided he wanted to go out and start playing at 29 years old, and I was like, okay, I'll go out with you, and it took me a while, man. Like, it took me a full year to find my muscle memory and find my stroke again, but now it's all golf. It's fun,
Yeah, absolutely.
And we did not 3-putt, not one hole, it was pretty good. It was fun, but we are here to talk comics, not golf. As much as I love golf, you could have asked me that a month ago. I'd been, but this last month has been real good. So the stroke's back. Now then, I haven't been here to see how anybody's Kickstarters are doing right now or anything. I haven't, had a chance to look. I'm hoping people's are popping, man. I love saying funded. You guys know I love the word funded when it comes to Kickstarters. So, have we had any good words today? Anybody pop any?
I haven't been checking the group page at all today, to be honest with you. That's a couple other things going on. Getting some stuff done, doing some stuff around the house. And I also have, fortunately for me, unfortunately for everybody else, I have one of those non-disclosures, so I can't talk about a project that's in the works right now. But that's a good thing, exactly. But I haven't been looking at the page, but the page has been super active. I've seen the little notifications on my phone. So
I didn't even look. I haven't even popped onto Facebook yet. I just jumped out here. So I did want to say, let's see. We got Ava. We got Florida Man. We got Age of Remnants. We got Blood of Gods. What do we got, Russell? What else we got?
Well, we've got Luis Torres, Lily the Demoness 4 going still. We're coming up on the end of that. And then we've got sorry, I'm moving the tablecloth at the table. It's freaking rubbing up against my leg. So we've got Luis Torres, Lily the Demoness Chapter 4. And then I can't think of the name of it. I'm loading them up in the background now. Teddy Bear Tale just ended a few days ago. That one funded.
And she still got toys from the toy store at Amazon. You can get that one that Katrina wrote. Yep. Let's see. We got Briar Rush, Silverline Comics. There's so much good stuff. If even if you're only getting one, that's my problem. Okay, like when Wendy popped out with Naughty Strippers or Naughty Fairies, and there was all them covers, and it was like, here's me going, I can get one. Hey, Justin, how you doing?
One is all you need.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like that kills me, man, because there was quite a few in there that, I wanted. But I try to spread it out. I made sure I got one of Kara's other books instead of her cover in Naughty Fairies, and I got Haley's cover in Naughty Fairies because Haley's been in our group forever. She's one of our people, so I had to make sure I got her cover. I was really happy to see that come out. Actually, there's just so much good stuff, man. Everybody's got good stuff coming out. Tales from Nocturnia is another one. Names, losing names. I can't even think of what. There's too much. Y'all are getting me. There's too much good stuff. There's another one. Martha's book. Yeah, Martha Schwartz, her book.
So we got this one going. This one's got 8 days left. For some reason, Kickstarter's being super slow. But yeah, we're at 1404, a 1200 goal. So her book's funded.
That's good. Glad to see it. Man. And CRoM Con 5, everybody. Next week I'm gonna be working.
That's the big one right there.
We're gonna have some fun.
Different, bigger.
Say what?
It's different. It's grown. It's bigger. It's moving forward.
Yeah, partnering up with Comics Cast.
Yep.
Putting it out there on their platform. Joe Tolliver and Jarrell Motos. I'm not sure. I just say it.
Right, fair.
So you guys got the webpage set up now, or?
I don't think it's set up yet. There is another thing that somebody's working on that's going to be pretty cool too. That, again, I can't talk about, but we got big things coming in the future for indie comics, for our group, for everybody associated with CRoM Con. It's we're going to expand it and give you as guests a better format and larger, wider audience, and we're going to maybe work on Instagram a little bit, try to do something that way. I'm a one social media guy. I'm not a Twitter guy. I mean, I have a hard enough time on Facebook. Don't put me on Twitter where everybody's just blowing up. You know? I don't even want to be there, you know. But that exposure, you know, I feel like I'm denying the guests the exposure if I'm not trying to do something on all these other platforms too. So, you know, that's why I try to bring in admins that are more proficient in other.
I personally love Instagram. I adore it.
And that's why you're going to end up being our CRoM Instagram guy. You watch. No, I think Ryan does that for us, but I don't know how much time he really has to dedicate to it. You know,
it's. I'm not going to bore anybody with social media details or social media marketing or anything like that, and because you could look it up pretty easy. I know just for my studio and for my personal page, you have to say, I know you see people buried in their phones and stuff, and yeah, whatever. But a lot of the time, you kind of have for Instagram and Facebook for social media for business reasons, not sitting there playing games or anything. But right. If you want to get your business and do what we do in the group, which is share, promote this, that, the other thing, get things funded, you have to spend a couple of hours a day on these platforms to be able. You can't just post 2 things in the morning and that's it. No, you have to post consistently. You have to watch your analytics. You have to see when is the your numbers and this, that, the other thing. And then at the same time, without worrying about a formula or anything, you kind of have to, the way we've been with the group, the way Pops has been with the group and the show, you kind of have to also be organic. And if you just want to post something, post it, because that's good too, because you want to get people seeing it. No content is bad content unless it's if it's bad content. I mean, come on.
The only policy we have in the group is a no hate policy.
Right, exactly.
That's it. Okay, I don't, your content, as long as it's not screaming, I want to kill everybody, I don't care. I mean,
that's it.
I mean, it's all about no hate. As long as there's no hate, everybody stays happy. I know there's people from all walks of life in our group, and there's nobody arguing in our group. Nobody. And that proves that people can do this without all this crap, without, the hate and the cancel culture and any of it. I don't even want to go where the rabbit holes it takes you down. You know what I mean? It just ain't even worth being involved in that. No hate. Come to Comic Related Madness. View the CRoM Cons and enjoy yourself, because that's what comics are supposed to be about.
For the love of comics.
It ain't supposed to be about any of that other crap. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be about having fun. And talking about fun, Florida man, telling you, if you want to laugh and escape reality, go to Florida.
We were talking about Age of Remnants. That's where we're at right now with that one.
Now, see this one right here. If we get 8 more backers, it ain't even if it ain't funded. If we get 8 more backers for this book, I'm going to give something away. I don't know what yet. I haven't decided, but I'm going to give something away, and I don't give away crap. So, I'm trying to help this guy get funded, I mean, and whatever it takes, man, I'm willing to help everybody like that. If you're struggling, get out there, be excited about your book, sell your book. And if you don't have somebody like me doing it for you, I'm sorry, but you need to do it. You need to do it too. Everybody who's trying to push a book, be excited about your book. Be happy about your book. Be glad that your book might go to print. Push your book to go to print. Will it to go to print. Don't sit on your hands hoping and everybody's just going to jump on board.
Yeah.
Encourage people to jump on board.
That's it.
I want everybody to back Russell's book. Russell's book is good. I've read it. I got it right here. It's a good book. There's no way I don't want to give nothing away. I don't want to spoiler it. I don't want to tell people what it is because it's unique. But
Russell Nolte.
Russell Oldham. Black Wolf Productions. It's a great book. It's a great read. If he gets back,
sorry, there's a bunch of Russells. There's me and there's Nolte and Oldham.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a bunch of everybody though, man. This industry. I was just a fan, man. I've learned so much and met so many great people. Justin, yeah, there you go. Yes, and if you're an artist or you know, even if you just did a cover, I see Eve out there. She's talking about that Lily Demoness. That's her first cover. If you want a good artist's first cover, back that book because there's Eve. That's Ebenette. You know, that's her first cover on that book. That's the kind of stuff. There it is, right there. And this one's back. You know, this one's funded. It ain't like it's in trouble or anything. But if you like artist first works, artist first published covers, whatever, if that's the kind of collector you are, this is a book you might want to get. You know, yeah, we know Steph covers everywhere. I love Steph.
There it is, right there. There is Eve's piece right
That
there.
cover's awesome, dude. And you know, I like all them guys. I like CB Zane, Luis Torres. I love all them guys. It's good stuff. The talent that rolls through the madness is mad. They all got mad skill. I love what goes on there, man. And I encourage people to join. And yeah, if you're not a comic person, you better send me a message and give me a reason why you want to join, because it's like Pete said, it's organically grown. It's real comic people. It's not just we invite everybody and pump the numbers. It's comic people. There's my girl right there.
Yeah.
Hey, Eve, your ears must have been burning. We were just showing off your cover for Lily the Demoness.
That's my girl right there. I was just telling everybody, it's your first cover. That's, you know, if you're a collector, this is your draw for that book right there. This kind of things that we all forgot about as collectors, that there's still stuff out there that's you might be glad you got 10 years from now. Eve's going to be all over the place. You're going to be glad you got that book 10 years from now. You know, that's just the way this thing is. You're welcome, sweetheart. You kill it. You know it. You kill it. You can even come out and talk to us. I bet Russell would even send you the link.
Yep, there's your cover right there, Miss Eve. And Eve is actually currently working on a cover, well, not really a cover, possibly a cover for my book. So she's working on the 9th piece of 10 pieces for my book currently. And she's in the process of doing the painterly painting of the final image. But so far it looks awesome. I can't wait to see it finished. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Definitely. So yes, in the group, I don't know what's going on this week. This week is since week 1 has been the largest membership. People asking to join the group that are common people. It's like almost 60 people or something this week. It's crazy. I don't think we've ever had a week like this.
I will mention one thing about that I've noticed. If you're getting your friend, you got friends that are comic friends or artists, or they got a book, or they should be in this group, awesome. I have my camera off for a second, sorry. But if you're going to have them, Pops has set it up pretty easily. There's 3 questions for you to answer, and there's actually 4 questions, because the last one is, you have to agree not to block the admins on the group. And then there's 3 really simple, really easy questions to answer. I have seen, and then I leave this up to Pops because I think he should be the gatekeeper, but I see people not answering the questions at all. I'm like, well, have fun not being in the group.
It's not necessarily that, because if I look at them and they're in like 10 or 12 comic groups that I'm into,
right? But I've definitely seen people who just joined group. Like I saw someone with didn't answer the questions, is in like legitimately 500 groups,
and not one comic group.
Yeah, so yeah, and not one guy. It's like, okay, buddy. So invite your friends. I know I invited, but I have a ton of friends. But I invited my comic book and my art friends. I have been following that since I lost my job in March. So, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I followed that before that.
You want to hear something crazy? My whole friends list is almost all comic people, and
mine definitely isn't.
A third of them are in the group.
Yeah. Mine definitely isn't.
I'm posting on my feed all the time. Join the madness, you know.
Right.
This is where the action is. You want to be my friend, but I don't do anything here. I do it in the group. Right. You know, it's like, and they don't join the group. What can I do?
This week has been a pretty good week in the group. Lots of good stuff going on. Again, lots of Kickstarters, lots of other things. I know I myself have been posting artwork that I've been getting done because I'm still in behind the scenes with my books. So they're getting redone and whatever. But in the group though has been fun because we have seen some. One of my favorite things is being in the beginning of a group like this, or I know we're over 1,300, but seeing it start to grow organically and seeing the diversity and seeing all the things that are happening within the group, it's so much fun. We're starting to talk about other things, but still with that main vein of comic books, but still little anime, little cosplay, Comic Cons, this, that, the other thing. So we're starting to see a couple different things adding to the whole core thing. And then the best part about that is, let's say your thing. Okay, perfect example. I'm going to use Katrina Rhodes, her kids' books. Okay, not necessarily comic books, but you know what? She's a comic fan, so she's in the group talking about her kids' books. Hey, someone who likes comics has kids. Like, Pops, you got grandkids. How awesome! How awesome was finding a lady, first off, as cool as Katrina, and then secondly, with such an amazing book.
Yes.
So, and that wouldn't have happened if the group wasn't allowed to grow organically. And it's just fantastic.
And there's great people, man. The people in Indie okay, all the people over there.
Yep,
Varian, Randy, Rob. As much as Rob and I butt heads, he's still comic people. He's still trying to help comic people, So I mean, he's awesome. Meredith, I forget, dude, a Geek Insider. All these people, Brian Morris. All these people have been talking about us on their shows, just like we talk about them on ours, and that's all interconnected. All the fan bases bounce off each other, and everybody's fan base grows.
That's it.
Everybody's fan. Now we're bumping Comics Cast into that, and dealing a lot more with the people at Artist Alley. We got quite a few of them in our con this time. It's awesome, man. It's all starting to fall together. And I appreciate all you people, man. All of you. Well,
so what time on Saturday does CRoM Con 5 start?
I think me and LPH from Niobe Comics are going to come out about noon Eastern. And we're just going to let anybody who wants jump in that first hour and just try to get things rolling. And then 1 o'clock, Joe Tolliver has his Comics Cast, and he's going to broadcast that. And it's bomb after that. The whole thing, the whole show, both days, we got good panels. We got, great artists, great creators, people promoting their books. I love doing this, man. You guys don't know. This changed my life. It really has, being part of this. And I appreciate, like Pete coming on board, helping me out. Pete's been a huge help.
Fun.
Just like tonight, I mean, I said, man, I might be late. Pete, go out there and cover for me, bro.
Got it. He hit me up yesterday. I knew I wasn't doing anything, so I was more than happy. Even if I was, I would have been more than happy to help out. I'm glad Russell shot me the message.
That's the kind of stuff that I love about our group and the admins. It's like everybody helps each other out. I could have hit Hash up and he'd have done the same thing if I'd have needed him to.
He's actually doing his show right now.
Right now, he's on
yeah.
Evo. Well, damn. Yeah. That's the other thing that I want to talk about. We all need to get together and talk schedules. Because every night I got 5 people live at the same time, and I can't watch them all.
I'm not going to speak for anyone with the scheduled show because that's their thing. Comics Cast or what Hash is doing, they have a schedule and blah, blah, blah. I know I'm going to speak not just on behalf, but if any of the artists who are around or hear this or see this or whatever, as an artist, it's physically, I can set up a time. I'm going to draw blah, blah, blah this day at this time. Yeah. Sometimes that's not how my creative process works. It's just not. Okay, perfect example. I could have gone live a bunch of times this weekend. I didn't, because I did this afternoon just because I hadn't on Instagram. So I wanted to talk to some folks on Instagram, and I needed to bump up some numbers there. But I've been doing computer work all week. Legitimately, I've been getting my prints ready because look, shows are coming back. They are eventually one of these days. So I'm setting up my prints. I'm talking to comic book printers to see if their print the printer I use is printing now, is shipping now, and to all those computer stuff, the logistics that you got to do when you're an indie artist. And like I'm even more of an indie artist because I'm an indie underground artist. I had a 2-inch picture published once. That's it. So I'm like super underground indie, but it was in a Michael Turner tribute book from Aspen, so I'm pretty happy about that. But anyway, so it's when like the perfect example is the other night. I was on for like 3 hours late at night because that's when the bug hit me. There'll be nights I'll go live at 4 a.m. sometimes, and then record, just leave it there on the page so people could see it later. Like I would, a lot of the times when we do these things, and then I'm sure this will get it too, Russell. I'm sure you see those numbers too, and when you do the after, people who watch the replays are as valuable as people who are here live.
That's what I'm saying. Go back and try to watch what.
Yeah. Look, and I have
one guy's show. There's 3 other shows going on. I'm like,
well, that's awesome though. I have no. If you there's 5 going on. Pick your favorite. Watch your favorite, or however you want to decide. However you want. Decide. Watch your guy. That's totally cool because you'll have replays to choose from. So at least you'll never be bored. And then once the world opens up a little bit more and we start traveling again, and because I know I've watched a ton of lives. Like when I was, I'm on Eastern Long Island. I'm out east on Long Island. Like if I go any further east, I'm in England. I'll put it to you like that. So I'm on the train a lot to get to the city. That's what I watch. I watch live videos. These things, and that's the beauty of. That's one of the other things that I really, really, really like about the madness is they're all there. Those you scroll back enough, you can find those videos. If I scrolled back enough, I could find CRoM Con 4. I can find.
You can find those. We have a topic.
Yeah. Okay.
With all the CRoM Con segments, a couple albums from all the past CRoM Con shows.
Good. See,
I think Hash was taking care of that.
Yeah, he was.
And come on, man, it's like I have them all saved in my computer. Yep. I can go back and watch all of it.
You can see
I've gone back and I'm not gonna lie, I've gone back and watched that Polito interview 4 or 5 times.
There you go. There you go.
That was our first con. He was like he came out and he put the nail in the coffin for us on Sunday night, and there was no way I wasn't gonna keep doing this after that. That was so much fun, man. It's all been fun. I mean, yeah, I've had a couple of stressful moments when the power went out or something.
Yeah,
but
that was weird. I remember that.
It's been fun though.
But look at you went from seat of your pants, doing it on the fly. Now you got this going on. Now you got that. It's just, and again, I keep going back to this, but this is a big thing with me, especially now not just during this lockdown, but with stuff online and virtual and like we said, social media. Growing things organically gets you that persistent fan base. You don't just have like the guy with 300 group that likes 300 groups. You don't get that. You get different people and a lot of different people, a higher percentage of people out of those 1,300. Yeah, you're going to have some people who are just in the group and whatever they know. Look, whatever, that's social media. But you're still going to get good, consistent, persistent activity because the group is allowed and is moderated to grow organically and to do what it's got to do. And then the thing that Pops actively does is, like he said before, he keeps the BS away and we don't have it. And I think people like Pops, I absolutely agree that people will appreciate that and know that they can get, they can get into a group to check out the stuff that's going on.
I love a who can beat who post as much as the next guy in somebody else's group.
Yeah.
Again, because those things always lead to arguments. They always lead to somebody insulting.
Yes, they do. Mm-hmm.
And I nip that crap in the bud, man. I just
stop it. It doesn't. Here's
groups for that.
I give you a quick example of that because I know I do a lot of versus stuff. Angel, my buddy, does a bunch of versus stuff, but those are images and whatever. And we're not asking to get
with his,
Yeah, we're not trying to get a discussion or anything like that. I give you two. There was a saying a few years ago, and some people may remember where the quote was from. But it's great to be a fan of a thing, but when you start listing who can be this, what can be this, What happens if we cross a Kryptonian with a Super Saiyan? What happens if we do this? What happens if we do this? You've gone from fandom to fetish. And then things start getting a little, at least that's my, you start getting, like, if you want to do those things, cool, there's avenues for them.
That's
And there's a place for that. And if you want to do it on your own page, or if you found a group for, you know, let's cross Superman in this, cool. Or who would win in a fight, blah, 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 cool. But like Pop said, it's like besides an artist, I'm a bartender. And I learned decades ago, and it's from the movie, two things you don't talk to, that's three. Two things you don't talk about at a bar: religion and politics. Why? Because it always starts a problem. In a comic book group like this, yeah, obviously keep those two things out as well. But then you keep out the what if, blah, 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 fought, blah, 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 or blah, 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 or rate this, blah, blah, blah. Because you don't want people to start arguing, and then that's when people leave the group and blah, blah, blah. Because I've definitely left several groups that had stuff like that going on. And where it turns into it turns into that table in high school that you didn't want to stat. You wouldn't want anyone of those kids, you know? Just
yes, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, if it's one of them kind of posts that's just designed to get people to argue, I'm probably gonna just tell you why I removed it and remove it. And it's nothing personal. It's like, there, you know, I mean, you want a group of who can beat who group? Create a who can beat who group. I'll even join it.
right.
I'll even join it. But don't bring that to my house, man. That's, you know what I mean? It's real simple. It's a no hate group, and those things always lead to some kind of belittlement or something where somebody gets butthurt, and then I gotta be mean. I don't like being mean.
Exactly. No putting the foot down.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I hate dropping the hammer. There's Steph.
Right.
What's up, Steph? I see you, bro.
Sorry, social media again, jumping at me.
That guy, Steph. That guy right there. Yeah. I think I got something right here handy. That's got Steph on it. Where are we at? Well, I didn't put it away yet, did I? Man, comics. I think I might already put it away. That's what happens sometimes, people, when you get like a few million of these stupid things around your house. You forget what you did with it. I had it over there in my reading stack. Hi, Steph.
Wow.
Hi, Steph.
I have the other cover of that back here somewhere. That's something else I need to get on. I got the from Larry. I got the blank version of that, and I've had an idea in the back of my head to do. In fact, hold on, I'm not going to get that up. I have something to show Pops. So, excuse me.
I love when people ask stuff to show Pops. You guys don't know how much I love that. It's awesome. Let's show this out. Rodney Fike sketch card that I won not that long ago. Just because. Wait.
There's some stuff for you.
Oh. Come on, you guys. See, now, this is what I love. And I tell people all the time, feel free to post it in the group. And I've noticed over the last, few weeks that I'm not the only one posting in the group anymore. And that's what I'm trying to accomplish. I want to just be the guy that goes through and says, that's bad, that's killer, that's cool.
That's not allowed.
Oh. I very rarely have to say anything about people in this group. Like, I've only had to remove a couple of people, and most people is like, they start leaning into something that y'all give them a warning right there publicly, in that thread. Yo, how about we just end that right here quick, and if they continue, I just bye-bye. It's pretty simple. I'm just like, I don't want nobody spreading hate. Yes, you do, Steph. You do have mad skills. Oh, now he's saying he should write books. He's trying to jump in y'all's business. Look at him.
No, he's just taking shots at me. That's what it
That's
is.
what I said. He's trying to jump in y'all's business. Writing ain't hard, he said.
He's just taking pop shots at me.
Yee.
He says writing isn't hard, but he still misses lines on his art. So, and that colorist has to catch it for him.
That's artistic expression.
Yeah,
That's
well, see,
right.
Carrie does pick him up. We all know that.
So speaking of picking up, we'll flash that at Pops.
Oh, dude. Now I already saw it, and
No, I know you saw it, but you didn't see the background and the whole finished everything. Pops is a Tank Girl fan, and the reason why I threw it out that way, I realized it's going to be tough to see here. The edge is kind of, you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. The edge is a little
split.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm still going to do the cover. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to give Pops. Pops still has, the way I decided it, Pops, you still have first dibs until Monday after CRoM Con. I'll hold first dibs until Monday after CRoM Con. We'll do that. I think everyone, all 1,300 of us in the group will.
We will show it off. We will show it off on Sunday. If I can't, we'll show it off and make sure somebody gets it on Sunday.
Well, I got that. I got the Pete's Pit, which is, I'm going to stick with that name that came up by accident. At what is it, 5 o'clock Saturday?
Yeah,
I'm double booked this weekend in a fun way. There's a local Long Island show, Long Island Tropicon, that unfortunately, because of everything that's going on, had to go virtual this year. But I'm good friends with the promoter, a young man by the name of Patrick. He's good. The original date was August 2nd, which is the second day of CRoM Con. So he's going to be doing his show, but his show is on YouTube. Again, another channel that I can't get. If you think you got to spend time on Instagram to build your Instagram, to build a YouTube channel is insane. But anyway, I digress. It's absolutely insane the amount of time you got to. That's another job. But I'm doing a panel for him, which I will hopefully be doing for CRoM Con 6, especially with all the guys that we have involved. And I wanted to talk about it really quick to get people thinking about it. I'm going to be doing an art supply panel. Okay. And then so we're going to, so I'm doing that at noon on Sunday, which means I'll be able, after I'm done, I'm going to be able to jump back into my CRoM Con duties on Sunday. So I'm double fisting on Sunday, but Saturday I'm 100% CRoM Con, and I'm jumping in early to say hi to Larry, and hopefully maybe I'll have something done on a Niobe sketch cover.
Hey guys, excuse me for a second. I'm gonna go grab a pillow. This chair is killing me.
I have a link for you for a seat cushion that will save your life. No, I really do. I really, really do. Because Pops, you've been, like I said, you've been on the other side of the table, so you've walked cons and stuff like that. I found when you're sitting all day in a plastic chair or a metal folding chair, something like that. Oh yeah. And then I'm not a small guy. I mean, my studio's name is Fat Guy Inc. Think about it. I'm not a small guy, so I'm actually my Game of Thrones name was Pete the Breaker of Chairs, because there are pictures of me just mashing chairs. It's terrible, but I found this gel thing on Amazon, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a try because I could always return it, and it's changed. First off, it's helped my posture. It's changed my life. So Russell, when I find the link on my Amazon, I'll send you the link. This cushion will change your outlook on everything. Like I take it with me in the car for a long drive and stuff like that. It'll change your life.
Steph trying to be funny. What's CRoM Con? What's CRoM Con?
It's the new thing.
It's
all the kids are doing it.
In juniors, that's what
all the kids are doing it.
No,
you got to be one of the cool kids.
I did want to go a month into the future and tell everybody that CRoM Con 6 is the weekend of my birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's also going to be smack dab in the middle of the Mojo Rising Kickstarter.
That sounds like fun.
Okay, so I'm throwing it out there right now. The only thing I want for my birthday is back Mojo.
That's fair.
Because I'm in it, okay? Because Pops Van Zant is in it. That's why I'm saying. My birthday, if you want to do anything for me, back that book. That's what I'm saying. It's coming in August, people. I promise. It's coming in August. We've been waiting a long time for Mojo, man. And everything I hear about what they're putting together is just they're trying to build something like sort of not maybe quite as big as what Wendy did, but they're trying to build something big enough that people are going to be interested and want to be part of it. you know, like Wendy did. And she was a very good example of how to do this with her crossovers, with all the stretch goals and the different covers and cosplay covers. And she blew it up, man. You can't, you know, that's how you go. I'm telling everybody, that's how you go. Get
Yep.
people interested, get people involved, you know, do some crossovers with some other creators, give somebody a break if they buy both, do stuff. Do stuff.
Yeah, and hopefully for number 5, we can get that Steph Wilson cosplay cover.
What are we gonna dress him up as?
Oh, you haven't seen the drawing I did floating around
No, I don't think I've seen that.
where it's Steph Poole wearing a tutu with
Oh, yes,
riding a
yes.
stick unicorn.
Yes, yes, I did see that. Very good. Cross promos rock. Yes, Lewis, they do. You know what I'm talking about. This is I mean, everybody talking about the new normal. This is the new marketing. Okay. This is the new marketing. I'm telling everybody, push what you're doing, but push what you're doing and give people a reason to come to you.
Maybe
You know?
Carrie.
Uh,
Hey man, I'm telling you, Steph. Wendy is calling for that male Naughty Fairy cosplay cover. I guess I'm just gonna have to do it.
I can do it.
Yeah, see, Lewis has been the one that's been calling.
I've been known to draw a thing or two.
Yeah.
I've been known to draw a thing or two before.
And Lewis
Just
has been
saying,
calling
guys.
for this topless Steph cover for forever. So you know,
Had to wake up my cooler. It ain't working. Ah, there it goes. Now it's working. Okay. So wake up. Get a little warm over here.
That's not good.
yeah, I mean, doing a show is easy, Ed. Even Steph figured out how to go live from VHS. So I mean,
Wow.
if Steph can do it, anyone can.
Wow. Wow.
If I can do it. If I can do it. Come on, y'all.
Dude,
I
it's
I
so
jumped
easy.
into this with both feet, having no idea what I was doing. I mean, seriously, that first con, I had no idea what I was doing, man. I just jumped in with both feet. Got on StreamYard, figured out how to use it, got people to come out, and that was other thing I wanted to talk about. The scheduling. Last time I think it took like 24 hours to fill the schedule, and I was pretty happy. You know, 2 days online, and it was filled. This time it was 10 hours, and I gave everybody 2 days advance notice, and everybody jumped right on, and I totally appreciate that. But for those of you that missed out, some of those extra open panels, or where you see a panel, if you know who's out there, ask to come out, because I'm not ever trying to exclude anybody from this, you know. And I've had 2-3 people that are like, man, I really would like to get in. And I'm telling you guys, if you're watching, if you know Russell and he's got his panel going, ask him if you can come out for a minute during his panel and get, you know, say something. Same with Pete during Pete's Pit. If you know Pete and you missed out on getting a spot, jump in the panels. If I'm out here and it's a panel, I mean, I don't want to exclude anybody. At the same time, I don't want to take from somebody's personal time. But when it's panels, you know, come on, feel free to come out and pimp your book for a minute and go home.
That's
you know,
it.
I mean, I'm all for it, and I encourage everybody to, you know, jump on anywhere you can. If you know Joe, get on his show during Comics Cast. You know, we're gonna have a Third Empire panel. You know, if you want to come out with Raj, with me, you know, Russell, whoever else comes out, Eric Dominguez, I don't know, Manny might come out. We'll get as many of the Third Empire guys out there as we can, but there's obviously going to be space for other people.
Yeah, I've got Wendy Steen Shaner, I've got David Harrigan, Tom Hutchison, and so I mean, if there's anybody else that wants to go on Saturday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern time, we've got more seats available. We can have up to 10 people. So you know, Wendy, hi, I seen you come in. You know, Ed or Lewis, either one of you guys want to hop on Saturday, just, you know, send me a PM and let me know, and I'll add you to the list.
Yeah. That's that. I really want everybody to understand. If you missed out, I mean, the spots went so fast. I was blown away. It was 10 hours. It was like they were gone, and people were the next day hitting me up, going, "Hey, man, there ain't spots." Dude, sorry, man, but I will get you out there. I'm serious. Even if we go late night after the last panel, I mean, even if we keep pushing it all night long, as long as people want to be out there. There you go. That's Tom, right?
Yeah, this is Tom Hutchinson. So this is what he's going to be talking about a little bit on Saturday. We've got the Critter BDI 10-year anniversary hardcover right now on Kickstarter. It's got 10 days to go. He's added a couple of new variant covers for it. Sorry, I was trying to think of what I was looking for. So there's a couple of things new that he's added over the last few days that are limited on here. So, this is a pretty cool project that he's got going on. And then in September, they will be launching ClickCon. So that's pretty interesting too, to see what kind of projects come out of that, because that's going to be CB Zane, Wendy Steen Shaner, Tom Hutchison. The whole gang are going to be getting together and putting out a couple of books. So that'll be interesting to see as well.
And by all means, Tom, Wendy, you guys know Artist Alley feeds are always welcome in the madness. Somebody's live over there. I don't always catch it, man. There's so much going on now. I don't catch everything. But if you notice I didn't, share it to the group. Whatever's going on. I love the fact that somebody can come in my group and see everybody's stuff. I mean, it definitely, I like scrolling through the feed and going, oh, he's live. Oh, he's live. Oh, he's live. Oh, he's live.
Sorry.
Oh, we're all live. I think I'm going to go watch that one. These guys are really having a big old conversation in the comments. You notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm completely distracted because I'm watching soccer on my second screen. So.
Oh, that's why you just went.
Yeah, and baseball on my third screen. My friend is my fellow Yankee fan buddy, just because the Mets are getting slaughtered right now. So he made the joke. How lots of teams are selling the cardboard cutouts of fans. Mm-hmm. So he made the joke that even the cardboard cutouts are leaving the stadium because they're getting beat up so bad. And I said, except the one of Chipper Jones, because Chipper Jones actually paid the $86 to have a cardboard cutout of himself at the Mets Stadium, to just mess with them, because the guy is a world class at everything he does. And I love you, Chipper Jones. You're brilliant. It's just absolutely hysterical that he's there. So. Yeah, and then there's soccer.
I like Chipper too. I like him because I think he was on the Braves in '91 when.
Yeah. No, he was part of that team. He was part of that team.
I was a Twins fan, bro. I'm a Twins fan, so I was really happy with that particular series.
Fair, totally fair.
We don't get there often, but when we get there, we win. Damn it!
God damn it! Unless you go through New York, then it's a whole different thing.
Well, we don't get there when we go through New York.
That's fair.
But when we get there, we win.
That's totally fair. So yeah, I got a lot going on. But that's why I said I was going to be, because I was already going to have to use, when you told me you're going to be late and could you do the thing, I was like, oh yeah, no problem, because I was already going to be on the computer doing 3 other things, watching 4 other things. I don't watch TV. I my TV's here for sports and the PlayStation. So.
Yeah, it looks like Russell's going to have a full crew.
Yeah, it looks like you have 3 more, so that's going to be 7 of us now. So
I love you guys, man. I'll even get out the way if you get more people. I'll get out the way and let y'all do your thing, seriously. And that's also what it's about. It's also always been whatever you want to do with your time. It's up to you. You don't have to have Pops out there squawking. I mean, if you have your own sales pitch, if you have your own already set up, what you want to do. I don't need to be there. It's always been that way. It's whatever the person in that time slot wants to do, they can do, man. And I think that's also sets us a little bit apart from other cons, is that I don't mind bringing a vendor out like Moto Glass.
Oh my God, so talented.
You know, I don't mind bringing somebody like that out and letting them show off their stuff, man, because I've bought stuff like that at cons. I have some etched glass shot glasses, and my son has a Venom etched glass coffee cup, and we buy stuff like that at cons. So that's part of a con. So I make sure that guy's stuff is available. You know, I try to, you know, we did have I think Gexal Crankshaft came out in the first con and tried to do some graded books, some auction type stuff, and it was hard to fit that into a half-hour show. Here's a half-hour slot. That was kind of hard to work with. You kind of had to just go this one for this much, this one for this much. You couldn't go into the interaction bidding type thing. It just wasn't a long enough time slot. But those kind of things too that we can work out. We can make things like this also happen on the future website, where there can be some type of straight auctions, you know, real-time auctions, where if somebody bids in the last minute, we add 5 minutes to the auction, so that it finally goes to the highest bidder. There's no snipers. You see what I'm saying? Every time, if somebody bids in that last minute, we extend it 5 minutes. And that way it will always go to the highest bidder. I wanted to do that since the day eBay came out, man. I'm not lying. I was like, sniping? No, that's not how an auction goes. Auction goes once, twice, sold. You give them that last chance to bid. There is no final second time limit. You know what I mean? So I was never a fan of eBay and rarely use eBay, because that's not how a real auction is. A real auction goes going once, going twice, and you got a chance to get in there and get that last bid, and then it's going once, going twice again. You see what I'm saying? That's missing on eBay. That sniping crap is just bad for business. For one thing, we really don't know what the value of that book would have been, because it didn't go to the highest bidder. It went to the guy that got in on the last second. Somebody else might have bid more. You see what I'm saying?
Here's another project I'm kind of excited about.
We don't even get accurate prices from eBay. That's what I'm trying to say, because it ends at a certain time. We have no idea how much longer or how much more than books would have made if that extended out. You know what I mean? Who is this? I don't think I've seen this.
That is the Top Cow Darkness Collection Complete Volume 1 hardcover.
Gentlemen, I'll be back in one quick moment. I'm just going to step out for a second.
Now, see, Russell, this is what I'm talking about. If there's something you know about that you don't see popping through my group, throw it in there, bro. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, you know, for the group, I mean, this is pretty huge. I've shared it out, but for the groups, I try to keep it more or less indie for like the indie creators. So, because I mean, as much as I love the darkness and I want to share it out there, you know, the madness to me is more of a group that I'm like, okay, Lewis, you've got Lily the Demoness chapter 4. Let's share that. You know, Age of the Remnants, and then you've got the Seed Kickstarter, and you've got a Teddy Bear Tale, you know, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I like to try to blast everywhere, because you're going to see the darkness, because they have the money to spend on the advertisement for the pop-ups that people are going to see everywhere. But it's, you know, people like Lewis and stuff like that rely on us, you know, to help spread the word out there and say, hey, this guy's got a badass project. Help us push it, and let's get some more backers on there.
Right. Well, and that's what I try to do. But like something like that, I've never seen it. I mean, everybody talks about these Facebook ads, dude. Like my buddy Rod is paying for them. Everybody's paying for them. I do not see them. I do not know where they go. Okay, because I'm in a hell of a lot of comic groups, and I'm always watching the ads on the side of my feed. I never see Mojo Rising pop up. I've never seen this.
Have a good night, Ed.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not real sure that those ads target the right people.
And that's kind of the thing, you know, like what Steph said, you know, I try to target more over helping and supporting the people that, you know, I work with. And not only that, but, you know, other indie creators, because like from interviewing Chuck, I learned about 2 new projects, and from interviewing, you know, Katrina, I learned about a few new projects. And so now I've been sharing those because they're small indie creators. They haven't hit their goal. Looking into the actual projects themselves, the art on some of them is spectacular and the story looks great. Teddy Bear Tale, you know, what Katrina was a part of with Nick, you know, that book looks awesome. It looks like something I really want to read to my kids. And had it not been for, you know, somebody saying, hey, there's this out there, I would have never known about it. So I started pushing that, you know, and I know Wendy was backed it as well. And, you know, it's a great story and it looks really cool. And I love, you know, the fact that they use teddy bears and, you know, stuff like that. And it's a really cool concept. And, you know, it teaches kids, you know, situational problems and how to deal with their feelings and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm really excited to get that copy and be able to read it with the kids, just like, you know, Tales from a Toy Store with Katrina. The book that she has now that's available on Amazon digitally and in paperback, Tales from the Toy Store. I'm really excited. I have a copy coming out in the mail, I think tomorrow. Yep, there it is right there. And I'm super excited to read it to my kids. It's, you know,
because we started reading it. Yes, we did. And I'm reading it to the kids because I got 4 grandkids in the house. So every night we read a little bit, you know, and they like it and I like it. So, you know, but yeah, I met Katrina through the guys at Indie Bowl, you know. And I know that Meredith and those guys, Luke Stone, all those guys putting together Terraform Comics. That's another indie promote, you know, another little indie group that's getting under one banner and pushing forward. And dude, that's what we need. You know, we need them publishers that are willing to take a few different books under their banner and make something happen, make something real happen now. Because everybody can keep selling their own book, trying to do these Kickstarters and Indiegogo's, but we could build other things where, you know, like I was thinking about this international problem. Everybody has a huge international problem. But if we had one person that we could send, like, say, there's a whole bunch of people from England that bought this book that you just showed, right? And we had one guy in New York that we could send all the books to, and he would send them all to one guy in England, and then that guy would distribute them to the people in England. And it would be one cross ocean shipping charge, not 35 cross the ocean shipping charges. Do you know what I mean? And we put all of them in one box, ship them all over there in one shipment.
Yep.
Somebody like John Goldsberry, say, and then he gets them and he gives them to all the people in the UK to buy them. Woo! And it saves everybody on this massive international shipping that's scaring people into not wanting to ship people books overseas. It really is. But if we had a little hub or some hubs in different countries, like we got LPH in Canada, if we sent 35 books, The Darkness, to him and then he distributed them to the people in Canada, that cuts on shipping costs immensely. You know, I mean, I'm just throwing ideas out there because I know this is an issue that people are dealing with and being afraid to offer their book worldwide because international shipping is just freaking ridiculous right now.
Well, and that's a problem. The post office has stopped delivering to a majority of countries. You know, some of these smaller countries, they no longer offer services. So if somebody in a small country orders your book and you've got international shipping on there, and then it turns out, well, I can't send it through the post office. I got to send it through DHL, and then it costs you $45 to ship it instead of $15, and it's like, oh my God, you know.
And that's what I'm saying, international shipping. And it's not. I feel sorry for people who said we're going to ship our book in March, when all the shipping costs were going, shing, and they were like, you know, expecting that January shipping cost, because they told everybody, when they backed their book back in January, that Yeah, worldwide shipping, no problem. And then came March when it was time to ship the books, and everything had gone up because of COVID.
Well, and then you got the borders that are closed. Like Lewis had a guy the other day that was talking about, I'm super excited to get, Ace and Starlet. And, but he lives in Australia and the border's closed. So, even if the book makes its way over there, it's going to sit there for weeks and weeks and weeks until they decide to open up and start allowing shipments again.
Yep.
So you've got the problem with, some customers will understand, hey, our borders are closed, all of our packages are being held. But then you've got, other people that won't understand that are going to raise hell and be like, oh, this guy ripped me off. I ordered books from him and I still haven't gotten them, and it's been 5 months. I mean, I had artwork that I bought back in February from Canada that came across. It took it 2 months to come across the border. It finally came across the border, and it sat there for 3 months. I got it like 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
From February, and that was from Canada. And what was really weird is the guy that shipped it to me shipped 2 packages together. I got the one package in 2 weeks, and the other package took 5 months. And they shipped together at the same time.
I just took the liberty of sending the link out in case my buddy Mojo is free and can jump out here with us. I don't know. He might be at work, but I sent him the link just in case, because Raj is Mojo. I'm not Mojo. I'm just a character in Mojo. And I really need to separate it. Everybody, a lot of people come to me and they're like, yo, man, if I do some art for you guys, what about it? I'm not you guys. I just need everybody to understand that. I'm not you guys. I'm friends, and I'm like in the book, and I talk a lot with these guys, but I don't make any of the decisions or decide whose art's going to be in it or any of that kind of stuff. None of that comes on Pops. I don't even know what they do with me in the book because I'm a fan and I want to read it when it's done. I don't even let them tell me anything about what's going on with the book. I really don't. Sometimes they send me a panel here or there, and I'm like, stop, because
that's funny.
The panels kind of tell the story, and I'm like, don't do that. You guys know I want to read it. Yes, Steph, I am a character. You're right.
And for you guys that are not a member of Comic Related Madness and you want to be a part of CRoM Con, I just posted the link in the comments for you. So go there, join the group. If you guys want to be a part of a panel, you can message Pops and, he can get you set up with whatever group you want to be in. Like I said, we still have slots open in my group. And it's running all day Saturday and then all day Sunday. There's going to be a ton of panels, ton of opportunities to talk about your projects, talk about your books, your art, whatever it is that you want to do. And, it's going to be a great outlet. And I know we haven't really touched base on this a whole lot, but this is going to be a reoccurring thing. So with my time slot at 8 p.m. on Saturday, when CRoM Con 6 happens next month, Pops already knows I'm planning on keeping my spot. So every first Saturday of every month when CRoM Con takes place, I have that panel available to me because it's already reserved until I say, Pops, I can't do this month. So if anybody can't make it this coming Saturday, message me. I will be doing it again next month and the following month, and I'll keep doing my time and my panel as much as I possibly can. So, if that's something that people are interested in, this is something that will be recurring. It'll be every month. It'll be the first weekend of every month. And, you can get on there and do recurring slots. So if you have a project that you're working on, you can go on this weekend, talk about your project, and then say next month you are launching it, get on there and say, hey, I'm launching my project on this date. And if it's still live the following month, get back on at the same time, show off your project, show off where you're at, show the people how much you need to make goal, and try to get yourself there. I mean, this is going to be a great avenue for people to get their work out there and keep a constant relationship with the audience that attend CRoM Con.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what the point is, you know, we're going to reserve our spots and keep these rolling continually. So definitely join Comic Related Madness. Like I said, the post is and hit up Pops. Say, hey, how do I be a part of this CRoM Con thing? And he can send you the schedule. Actually, I have the schedule on here. I don't know if we'll be able to see it or not because the picture you sent me was kind of small. But
oh, I can see it. I can see it. If I can read it, everybody can read it.
Fair.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
totally fair. Okay, that's a good picture.
that's the full schedule. And like I said, you got the 9 p.m. slot on Saturday, and then there's the 9 p.m. slot on Sunday. And if there's still people that want to come out afterwards, because we're only talking 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock on the West Coast. If there's people that still want to come out at 7 o'clock,
Sorry.
we'll go. We'll go.
Guys, go to sleep.
Yeah, we will do it. We will go until people don't want to be on screen anymore, man. You know, last time we had one that went till about 11:30 Eastern before we shut it down. You know, so that's the whole thing. Anybody who missed out that still wants to be out after the last guest, it's still open. Ask for the stream link. You'll be next. You know, it'll still be early on the West Coast. You'll still be talking to somebody. East Coast might be going to sleep, but you know, that's one thing about all these that I try to tell everybody who's doing these live streams. They do them at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern, which is, you know, 5, 6 o'clock on the West Coast. People eating dinner and shit. They're not watching soccer. They're not watching. You know, they're eating dinner. I'm talking about I want to go out at 11 o'clock on the East Coast because everybody on the East Coast is used to their sports going till midnight. Everybody on the East Coast is used to being up late, and the people on the West Coast, only the people at parties stay up late. You know, I mean, seriously, I live on
These
the
are all
West
facts.
Coast. They go to bed. They don't stay up because everything they get shown is on Earth. Prime time there, they get everything early and they go to bed. You know, West Coast you're watching, or East Coast you're watching that game till midnight, 12:30 at night, because your boys are on the West Coast playing. You guys are used to that on the East Coast.
You got stuffs up at midnight messaging Wendy about edits and homo-sized boobs.
See, now this is my problem. I'm out here at midnight talking to people, and then somebody wants to get into a 2-hour conversation. So I'm out here at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still like, yeah, man, we need to get this done. There's my boy Raj. What's up, dude?
Having a beer.
Mojo Rising. Mojo.
These are all beautiful things.
Good to see
Oh,
you, boy.
thank God.
What's that? Is that an Oklahoma hat you wearing there, boy? Is that Oklahoma hat?
Yeah, oh, you, baby.
Come on, tilt down so we can see it. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, you, baby. There you go.
Sorry.
I like that. Raj, I don't know if you know Russell or not. Have you met Raj before, Russell?
No, I've been on a couple of the shows that you guys had on CRoM Con last month, and I kind of met him, I guess you could say, listening to him talk on there. But
I know
the
Pete.
creator of Mojo. And,
Yeah, I know Pete.
Hi.
Raj is the one that kind of really made all this happen. He won't never take no credit for it, but his putting me into his book is really the crux of why Comic Related Madness became a group that I wanted to grow, because I wanted there to be a good fan base for his book that he was putting me in. And it really had a whole lot to do with why, and not only why we wanted to build the group, but the direction the group has gone. You know, it really has gone toward backing the indies, keeping, you know, getting all these people out and getting their books seen and getting their books backed. And I wouldn't be doing any of this like I do if it wasn't for Raj. I just want everybody to know that. That ain't no bullshit. That ain't no bull. I would not have gotten where I'm at doing what I'm doing. I wouldn't even have started trying to get to where we're at. If it wouldn't have been for Raj saying, "We're putting you in my book," what? That's when the group. At first, it was just going to be a little group of cool people, and I was fine with that. But then it became, okay, if we're going to market for one book, then we got to market for everybody, and we got to turn this into a promotions and networking group and really try to do something to help people. And then COVID made that the cons. That's what created the cons, was the virus. It wasn't never a plan to do any of that. That just was a natural progression. How can I help all my friends?
Now, I do want to throw in not a curveball, but a thing that I know a couple people have mentioned, and I've spoken to a couple people, but I saw kind of the broad picture of it, because you're 100% right. Any of these online, like San Diego right now, the online thing wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for the situation we're all in. Whatever. Okay. It's going to end sooner or later. Hopefully sooner. I think we can all agree on that. I'd like to travel again, to be honest with you. I really enjoy traveling. I want to meet
all you guys now, man.
I want to go to games. I'm miserable that I'm not at soccer right now or at baseball right now. I'm miserable. However, cons will be back. They will be. Now, is that going to change the virtual cons? I think yes, but I think no. There are going to be weekends, when there's nothing going on, when you can do a virtual con. There are going to be days when there is a con, because I do it all. I did it the last 2 years. I don't get into San Diego Comic Con. I just don't. I might be Fat Guy Inc., but I'm still a small fish. I don't get into San Diego. So we do something else virtually. We do a bunch of lives and stuff virtually. Can't go to San Diego? Okay, cool. Come join us here. We're going to be doing stuff here with people who aren't in San Diego. Hey, and guess what? Because this group is so big, I guarantee you we'll have people at every con every weekend, so that when we do a con here, I know I'll be at a bunch of shows. So I know if there's a CRoM Con when I'm at New York Comic Con, say, just because that's the first one that popped in my head, you better effing believe that I'm going to do a half hour on CRoM Con at New York Comic Con. So this is what I'm talking about. So the point is that this is the marketplace is growing, and it's organically growing, and that'll be the next step when it needs to happen. When shows come back, we will have this group and this show will have a presence at shows, and people will still be able to do the whole thing. And now, even let's say you're stuck at home, you can't go to a con, or you can't go. You're in California, you can't go to New York Comic Con. Well, guess what? I'm going to open a door for that, or somebody's going to open the door to San Diego or whatever, and we're all going to be able to go to all these shows together, and it's going to be pretty cool.
You see where I'm going. See, that's why I said I'm going to just do it the first weekend every month, because I figured there's always going to be the off season, there's going to be the winter, and we'll be able to do them through the winter anyway, right?
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
But then in the summertime, it's like I can't go to MegaCon, but Raj might be at MegaCon. Raj would be there with his phone, or Brian Camilli or somebody we know might be at MegaCon, and they'll be there with their phone, and I'll be like, dude, give me a half hour. Give me a half hour. Give me something. Give me something to put in the group. Anything.
I'll be at 1.5 million anime cons and stuff like that, so you can get a different panel on that too. And somebody will be at something else, or somebody will be at a little local con in their town, which would be cool for other people to see. Like, there's stuff on Long Island that people all over the country haven't heard, and they're going to be able to get to see. There's stuff in Florida that I've never seen that I'd love to see. I can't go. Like, Florida's a little bit outside of my reach right now, but you know what? Hey, now I have this. Like, okay, the perfect example, and I keep throwing it out there, and I need to support it, but I need that last work check now that now that I'm unemployed to come back. I want a Black Florida man, because I saw that intro video, and I'm like, yeah, I want in on that, because that's really cool. The same way I want in on Mojo, the same way I got it.
I came up with today for Florida, man. The catch line I came up with today, I was just sitting there. I was like, man, it's like, if you want to laugh, you got to back Florida, man. You got to back this book, because, I mean, if you really want to escape reality, you got to go to Florida.
Fair. Fair.
You got to go to Florida. That's where all the crazy crap is going on. So if you want to escape reality, get Florida, man.
Well, and so, I've never really traveled outside of Missouri. I've been to like Illinois, Kansas. We went to Iowa. We went to Colorado for my son's wish trip. because he wanted to ride a train through the mountains. So that was the wish trip that he got.
That's pretty cool.
With my project, my final stretch goal will probably be the Xenon Night Titan nationwide tour. So I have 10 pieces of art that are being done, possibly 11. That's should be happening, but we're just going to put it out there possibly. So my goal will be I'm going to put it out there, before I run the Kickstarter and say, how do people want to do this? Would you be okay with me having the books pre-signed on each page of art in the book if you wanted it to be signed? Because, trying to ship, a couple 100 books all around the world, it'd be freaking expensive. So I thought, that'd be really cool. Not only, to get to visit different states and take my kids to see, California, Arizona, Florida, and all that, but I would get to meet these artists. And I thought that was a really cool idea. So I've talked with most of the artists so far, and all of them have been on board and think it's a great idea. But that will be my final Kickstarter stretch goal. If we reach that final stretch goal, I will take all the books. I'll take all the art books, and I'll get each piece that the artist did in that book signed, and then, show up, meet them, go live, and say, hey, I'm here with Wendy Steenshainer, and getting her piece signed and have her sign a few books and just talk a little bit. And I was like, this would be freaking awesome. It would be way cooler than a con because it'll be one-on-one. I get to hang out with the artist. I'll get to have, their pieces signed, and personalized if people want it personalized or whatever. And I thought that was a really cool idea because, of course, there's going to be people, I'll leave it an option that'll be like, no, I want to get the pieces signed myself by the artist at a con. But right now, with the cons not happening, it's not likely that that's going to happen. So I was like, this is my way.
You're offering it, and that's the kind of stuff that everybody needs to do. Offer something different, something special, something that people are going to go, oh, when I get to 75 backers, I'm going to give away the original art from this cover. Woo!
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
people
you got
love
like
that
stuff.
Yeah,
and
you got
that's
stuff.
For all my friends that just do digital art in the comic book, draw some actual art to give away during your Kickstarter. Draw your characters on paper once in a while, so you got something to give away to draw in more backers. Especially you guys that only do digital, your pieces are going to be worth a lot more down the line because you don't do that much paper art. People are going to want that paper art. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, break down, pick up a pencil, man. Give us something. Give us something. That's, all them ideas are great. I know Raj has all kinds of stuff up his sleeve. Don't you? I know you do. I'm telling everybody, be ready for Mojo. It's going to be like Naughty Fairies. It's going to hit you from a lot of different angles. Be ready. I'm so stoked for this book, man.
I had a brownie that did that once.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was great.
Hey, and you know what the best part of this stuff and Lewis is if I do the tour, Ed is one of the artists. So I can always visit, Lewis, I can pick you up on the way over. I can visit Steph, and then we can all roll up in a white van and abduct him and force him to draw live.
Yeah, no. No. No.
It's a running joke because Ed keeps saying that he's going to draw live. And so,
the draw thing is fine. The white van thing, I'm gonna tell you you should stop that.
It's funny.
Just let that go. Trust me.
The white van.
You don't know. You just trust me. That's a foul.
That's a New York thing, That's a New York thing.
Dead ass.
You know about the white vans in New York.
Give Josie the red. Sorry, I'm yelling at my TV. Sorry.
Good. But yeah, man, I really am enjoying this, and I can't wait for the cons to come back just because now I want to meet all these people that I've talked to online for the last 5 months.
Detroit's on my hit list now. I got to get to a con in Detroit.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like I need to constantly come back just so I can go actually shake some hand, bump elbows, whatever it is you do nowadays. You know.
I have a hazmat suit. Don't worry, plastic gloves, and saran wrap, and it's gonna be great.
Man, I went to the LCS yesterday. I went because Dominic Pace was there, the guy who played Gecko in Mandalorian, one of the bounty hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was there at Buy Me Toys yesterday, man. So
that's cool.
I had to run down there, man. Get me some Beskar. Y'all don't know. This is the way.
Absolutely. I know that's the other thing that I'm Pops knows. That's the other thing that I'm really happy about, and hopefully down the road that's something I know once my guys start going on, my core local shop is starting to get back up to speed, and a lot of the other ones out here on Long Island are too. Along with Pops sharing and supporting and the way the group does with the Kickstarters and everything like that. Once things start rolling, this is also a networking spot where we can go, okay, cool. I can go because I've been going to my local shop since I was 3. I'm 46. I can go talk, score. Yeah! Sorry. I can go to my local shop. And be like, yo, listen, Niobe, Mojo, Florida Man, these are just coming off the top of my head. You guys need to carry these. Here's the contact info for these guys. Let me put you in contact with these guys, these indie guys, so I can bulk up your ink. Because I know my main local shop and then the one a buddy of mine owns have incredibly diverse indie spots. But I would love to add the books that I've seen in this summer.
Yes.
In this group, in my local comic book shop. Forget that, maybe I can talk to my guy and get them in there. I would love to be able to go to a shop. Like if we're at a con, you always go to a shop in Pittsburgh or something. Or if I'm traveling for a soccer game or something, I end up in Philadelphia. I'm going to go to a comic book shop because you just are. I mean, we all do it whenever we're not at home. We all go to a local, see what the other comic book shops look like.
Yep.
I'd love to look over. I'd love to go to a local comic book shop and holy shit, there's Mojo. Holy shit, there's Niobe. That's I'd really like to see that in local comic, not just mine, but I'd like to see these books doing well in local shops. Because look, everybody backing a fundraiser, we all know it. When you get a fundraiser or a Kickstarter or anything like that backed, it's awesome. It's the greatest thing in the world. But it's another kick, and it's like a bigger adrenaline rush when you level up. You go to your shop to pick up your books. So let's say you go to the shop to pick up some bags and boards, and then you look over and your book is sitting there on the shelf. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of one of the not stretch goals, but the tiers I'm going to offer for the Kickstarter for the book is, I'm going to offer a shop here. And you can get 10 books at, say, I'm just throwing a number out there. Say the books are $30 a piece. If you buy them for your store or whatever, they'll be like $22 a piece for 10 of them, try to offer that.
Some sort of incentive.
There may be 2 or 3 people that do it, but, some of the shop owners that are friends with me, they may be interested in doing it and putting my work out there. And that would be totally awesome to walk into a shop and see my book sitting on the shelf. That would be amazing. But part of the problem with these comic shops right now, and a lot of people aren't talking about it, is these new distributors that are sending these books are piss poor packaging them. 80% of the books have come in damaged. I seen one of the comic book retailers that's struggling get a package the other day, and they posted a picture. Every single book on the upper left of the top left spine had about an inch of it that was smashed in, bent back.
Yeah,
all the corners. I saw that.
But at the same time, yesterday when I was talking to Kelly at Buy Me Toys, she said that everything she got was good.
I'm going to play devil's advocate on that really quick.
I mean, some of that is
learning curve.
Well, I mean, but also some of that is the people handling it.
Yeah.
Between here and there.
Look, this is just what I'm gonna say this. Diamond had, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't know what happened. I'm not trying to say, but Diamond had this monopoly, but they at the same time they were good at shipping and putting everything where it needed to go and whatnot. Okay, now we have different distributors and stuff. These guys who hadn't normally or didn't regularly ship books. yeah, there's going to be some slowdown in the logistics. It's just there's going to be some problems with the logistics. It's just the way it is. But I like the shops showing that, hey, I got this book, these books from blah, 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 and 80% was damaged, because now those distributors have to have accountability. They have to go, oh, shit, we did this wrong. But you can't kill them right now. You have to give them a second to realize, to admit, oh, shit, we screwed up. We're going to fix it. I'm sorry,
you do have to kill them right now. So let me say this. I'm a perfectionist.
No.
If you're going to say you're going to take on somebody's shipping business, and you don't do preliminary shipments to see that your packages are going to make it okay, and you start shipping thousands of books to people, and you say our comeback is going to be greater, but nobody gets books because they're all damaged. That's, I mean, come on.
You just talked about not getting a shipment of art for 3 months or 5 months because it was from Canada. These guys are dealing with, I'm not defending them, but I'm saying it's a give and a take. You have to be a little bit fair. Yeah, it's unacceptable, but you got to give them some accountability. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
This is where I go with this now. Okay, I received a bunch of damaged books. What happens now? Are they going to ship me some books that I can sell, or am I going to eat these? That's
the question. What's the answer?
That's where we find out if they're going to survive.
Yes, I agree 100%. And that's what I said about that. It's good for the good on the books for posting all the damaged books, saying, hey, what the hell is this? And showing guys like us and the people who shop there, hey, look, Acme Books sent me these books and they were all damaged, and they're supposed to be one of the people replacing Diamond. Let's give them, let's get some accountability here. If Acme Comics goes, who cares? Well, then Acme Comics can go away. But if Acme Comics goes, oh, crap, yeah, listen, keep those, use them for whatever you want, and we're going to send you another shipment, and we're going to eat the cost because that's on us and our bad and on the shipping person that we use. If you hold the business accountable, don't kill them, but if you hold the business accountable professionally and use your social media, and that business answers back with the accountability, good for them. If they tell you to go jump in the lake, okay, kill them. But you got to be a little bit fair. You got to give everybody a little bit. You know, that's like yelling at your kid for striking out the first time I ever picked up a bat. Like, let the kid learn.
I'll give you the perfect example. The first time I backed a Kickstarter was that Lady Death, okay? And I got the white wedding issue. And it was a Michael D. Pascal cover. It was beautiful. And it came damaged. It was the first Kickstarter I ever bought. And it came damaged.
That's a good one right there.
My son was all bummed out. He's like, Dad, I don't even know how to tell you this. And I was like, dude, Polito seems like a nice guy. Just send him an email and tell him we got some damaged books. See what happens. We got our books in a week. Replacement books in a week. With a quickness, with no, oh, sure you did. None of that. Dude sent us books. He won a customer for life because his customer service was accountable. He backed up his product. Okay, and that's all we're asking of these shippers now.
Yep, agree.
Good one, Scott.
Okay, back it up. Okay, if you send somebody a box that wasn't packed very good and they got some crappy books, now pack that box a little better and send them their replacement books. That's what you do. That's what you do. You know, and then you'll have customers. Then your customers are not going to be disappointed in you. They're going to be calling you next month for their shipment. You know. And if you tell them to go fly, well, they're probably not going to be ordering through you next month.
And you'll be out of a job pretty soon.
And we're going to be right back where we were. So
well, and to touch on what Josh said, I'm not saying that we don't need other distributors, but new comic books have been shipping for 2 months now. Now, why this week? All of a sudden, are we getting books that are still coming in trashed? I mean, one distributor on the one end that's sending out books is sending out books wrapped in bubble wrap, and everybody's praising how good they're doing. And then yet this other one is still sending the books packed half-assed, where you get like a $8, $9, $1,000 comic book order that comes in, and you have all the people that have subscribed to it. And then you got to say, hey, I'm sorry that my books came in damaged. Well, here's what's happening is you have all these comic book shops that have been struggling with a month and a half, 2 months shutdown. They've been selling all their old stock. They haven't had any new books coming in. Well, now they got new books coming in, but this shop got them damaged and this shop didn't. So everybody's like, oh, if I don't go buy from eBay or from another shop, then I'm going to miss out on this book, because a lot of the runs lately have been kind of low. There's been a lot of 250 and 500 book print runs on the variants. And so now this comic shop lost business from, 10, 15, 20 customers that either went to eBay, went to another shop, or bought from an online shop. Somebody that was doing a sale, they hopped on and like, oh shit, I didn't get this book. I want this book. And then, so now, you've got these stores that are suffering from these losses. And it's like, to me, I get that we need other distributors, but it's unacceptable that what little shops are remaining have to suffer because we didn't do test runs of our shipping.
Well,
we after 2 months, we're still shipping packages that are ill maintained. And that's all I'm trying to say.
No, I get it. And I agree to you the majority of the extent. However, we don't know what that one shop or what that one distributor's response to the damaged book was. Did they say go jump, or did they fix it 100%? Did they make it good? So that, first off, you have to give equal time. You have to give them the opportunity.
Make it right.
Yeah, exactly. You got to give them the opportunity. If they don't take that opportunity, yeah, they can go jump. But whatever.
We bury them, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then we crush them. No big deal. That's fine. But at the same time, okay, I get it. Test runs, yes, I don't disagree with that. But you're asking someone who to do a test run, and I'm not defending. I'm just saying, look with the I can't think of the word. The English is escaping me. You use that critical eye. Yes, a test run would have been a good idea. A test shipment would have been a good idea. But with the amount of timing that they had when the Diamond thing and DC thing happened, factoring in the Corona thing with shipping and the pricing of shipping to just do a test run for guys who probably didn't have the money because they were probably shut down just like all the comic book shops. We're in a really weird place and time, especially in regards to shipping things and boxing things and putting things together, or even having the people to do it. Some of these guys may not have had employees to do it. They might have been shut down. So I think the key word for all of this, for everybody involved, is patience. It's got to be. Time has got to be given to the situation to allow it to work itself out one way or the other. We don't know how this is going to play out yet because we are in one. We are all. There is a big poop sandwich been laid out in front of us, and unfortunately, we all have to take a bite. Sorry,
it's been bad.
Yeah, it's really sucked. It really, really has sucked. But you know what? For other people, it's been worse. Luckily, we're just worried about comics right now. Trust me, there are people going through much worse. This system that we're talking about right now is easy. There's an easy solution, and it'll easily be resolved in and of itself. It'll fix itself. The comics universe has a way of working itself out. It'll work itself out. Patience from us. But however, Russell, that critical eye that you have needs to be there as well. You need to be watching these guys and making sure, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'll give you another week. Yeah. Don't screw up.
Well, and that was kind of my point, that's another way the indie community has stepped up. We've all stepped up. We've tried to correct the mistakes of the big two. And this here was, like you said, was the poop sandwich that the big two has fed us. Because it's like, it's like opening a Chevy dealership and buying a bunch of 2021 vehicles and then hiring, chefs to maintain your cars. That's pretty much what they did with this whole comic thing. They jumped in, they threw a bunch of people that didn't know what they were doing and said, we're going to take over doing this ourselves and it's going to be great. And then everybody gets damaged books and they're like, what the hell? This was supposed to be better than originally. And I'm not saying it eventually won't be. It's just, it's like somebody somewhere should have stopped and said, let's put on the brakes. Let's hold off sending out books for another week. And let's try this out and see how this is gonna feel in the market. And that would have saved not only time, money, and pissed off customers, but it would have saved, thousands upon thousands of books that are now being thrown away and wasted, because I don't know what they did, if they forced them to return them and they sent them replacements or whatever was done. But, we're not exactly in the greatest time to where we can take, hundreds of thousands of books and just throw them away. Everybody's hurting for money right now, and it's going to drive the price up.
I've only seen like 3 posts where people showed a quantity of books that were bad. It's not like every person is posted, oh man, they sent me crap, So I'm not going to jump like that, because that could happen in the truck, in the UPS truck or whatever, just as much. They play football with your packages. We all know that. That's why we have Geminis. Okay, seriously, that's why we have Geminis, because we cannot trust them to be nice with our stuff. Okay, so we know that.
I concur. You should see just one sketch cover. You should see how I bubble wrap the crap out of these things and cardboard and all sorts of stuff just to keep it safe, so it comes in one flat piece to whomever I'm sending it to. So you're absolutely right.
Man, it's like
and I feel terrible because I sent Wendy a sketch that I did with a book a couple of weeks ago, and I shipped everybody's packaging out, and I was super OCD. Like Tom Andrus got his package, and I was like, hey, did your package make it okay? And he's like, yeah, it made it just fine. Super OCD packing guy. And because every slab was in a bubble envelope, and then it was bubble wrap, and then it had pool noodles on all 4 sides in the box with styrofoam.
He came to me, UPS. And this is actual canvas. The first actual art on canvas I have is the Shiloh Mojo blue, the blue line Mojo print.
Mojo. Open that up.
Okay. This right here came to me UPS in a tube. And one end of the tube was completely open. There was no plug in one end of the tube at all. It was wide open. And I am so surprised that
scary, man.
Got to me, man.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's really scary. You hear that happen all the time, and then they get an empty tube.
Yeah, well, that's scary. I was like, I'm looking at the dude like, thanks for making sure my stuff is still inside it, bro. Because, that could have just been gone.
That could have that could have ate it. Look, that's a sketch cover. I'm going to cover the address, but that's a sketch cover. That's a comic book. Okay? Because that's how paranoid I am. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah, and I feel terrible because I sent Wendy's sketch in the book in a picture mailer between 2 thick pieces of cardboard. I mailed them all out the same day. Everybody's came flawless, but Wendy's, all 4 corners were smashed all to hell on it. And I'm like, how does that happen? Because not only did it get destroyed, hers was actually delivered the very next day after I shipped it. That morning, it was at her house.
Wow!
And so it's like
they play frisbee golf.
Yeah, and it's upsetting because it's like, well, I know not to ship like that again. So now it's going to have to go in a top loader, and then in between cardboard, and then in a bubble envelope, into a regular envelope, and then be shipped out.
Well, I was going to say this too. For anybody that's sending art like sketch covers, stuff that fits in a top loader, take care of your fan. I don't care how you're shipping it. Put it in a top loader anyway. Because then if it does get frisbeed around the UPS truck, it's probably still going to survive. Put your bubble wrap around it, do all that, but put it in a top loader. Art is, nobody wants their art to arrive. Nobody. Everybody wants their art to get there, man. It's like, charge them the extra $5 or whatever it is for a top loader. Tell them, I'm going to make sure it gets there. You want me to buy a top loader to put it in? I'll say, yeah. I'll say,
especially if you're ordering an original art piece. Because you put hours of work into it, and somebody's spending hundreds of dollars. A top loader's like $2.
Right.
Take that extra step to make sure that you're not going to have to spend 3 hours redoing the piece.
Dude, there's nothing worse than getting a piece of original art that's dinged or getting a key book that's been mishandled. We all know because we do it. You know, we do it. We ship books. We get books shipped to us. We know what's up. There's a lot of people out there like eBay that just don't care. And you know, hey, you got that Thor #5, right? And yeah, it's blowing up on eBay, and I'm gonna sell mine. Okay.
Or
Cool.
Pops, a creator from Boston. He ships that way too. Just saying.
and another creator. Yeah, well, we know about a few people that have just been like stupid. Okay?
So I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, but I got this from my local comic shop. It was last year, and it was like an $800 slab. So they packaged it really good because I'll tell you, it made it in one piece. But I'm gonna go solo so I can show you this picture of what the box looked like when I got it. Maybe there it goes. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not. Probably not.
Tilt it a little bit so we don't.
Yeah, there you go. Tilt it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice.
God dang.
Nice.
Woo! Woo! That's crispy.
See, now nobody. I'm telling you, if that's not protected on the inside,
That looks like something I rolled in high school.
You know.
Well, see, here's the thing: the box got wet. They let it get completely drenched, and so the cardboard was just like paper, like literally you could poke your finger through it, and it was smashed on the end. The one end was partially open. If it wouldn't have been for the fact that they put pool noodles around it and they put bubble wrap around the slab and then they cut an end of the pool noodle off and put it on each side. I don't know how the slab made it. It didn't have a scratch, not anything on it. But when I seen that, my wife messaged me. I was at work and she goes, "You're going to shit." And I was like, "Why? What's wrong?" She's like, "Your package came today and the one that you said that I needed to make sure I get." And then I got that picture and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me." So I was like, she's like, "The slab's okay. The postman made me open it in front of him."
That's good.
And I was like, "Well, that's good because I would be highly PO'd."
Hey,
Yeah.
Russ.
Joshua in the comments has a couple good.
Hey, Russ. What's the slab? I'm curious. What was it?
Yeah. What book?
You know what? I don't even remember, to be honest. It was.
Damn,
it
you
was-
must buy a lot of slabs, huh?
Wow.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Slabs, huh?
He doesn't want us to know that was My Little Pony #1.
No, I
Joshua,
don't remember which one it was.
Joshua's in the comments right here.
$800 slabs. I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm going to pick that up personally myself. I'm just saying. But Joshua in the comments has a couple. It's funny. He's giving us from the other perspective.
Yeah.
He says, coming from a former UPS supervisor, the fact that any piece makes it through a job unscathed is a miracle. Then he goes on to say, not that people are unintentionally mishandling any package, but your package is rubbing along metal rollers, miles of conveyor belts, cart after cart, packed and unpacked into multiple trucks, all before a delivery driver even sees it. And
Well, and see, here's the thing. So
That's
this is
crazy.
this is something really funny I found out from my
thank you,
post
Josh.
office. And this is something that probably a lot of people don't know, and I didn't know until they told me. And it could be a load of horseshit just because they're trying to sell it to me. But writing
Fair.
fragile on the packages, they don't treat them any differently. They told me I had to buy their sticker for $7.95 that said fragile, and that was the only way they wouldn't put it through the machines to where it bounced all over the place.
Sounds about
So
right.
I'm like, I have to buy an $8 sticker to add to my package so it doesn't get thrown around inside a machine. It's like, no wonder everything gets destroyed. Because you can write fragile, do not bend. I've had stuff come that said do not bend. They bent it to fit it in my mailbox.
Yeah, you
I'd
know
be
what?
whipping someone's ass.
For $29.99, I can get you 200 of those stickers as long as I can scan one in myself.
But that's what they told my wife. They're like, you have to buy this orange sticker of ours. Otherwise, you writing fragile doesn't mean anything to us. And I was like, well, whatever. They paid for insurance on it. So
There you go.
All right. I got a couple questions for Raj.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to show off a couple things on Raj. Tell us about it. Whose art?
That's Manuel Soto with colors by Artex Badillo. Edwin Artex Badillo.
The Manny Soto cover. Colors
Yes.
by Edwin Artex Badillo.
That is Greg Harms with colors by Greg Harms.
Greg Harms cover. I don't think this is a cover, but this one just looks good.
No, well, that's going to be a pinup. So that's Edwin Artex Badillo. That's all Edwin.
This is what's coming at you in August. Mojo. It's going to be good, people. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in it. It's going to be good.
It's going to be a fantastic book if you like voodoo, magic, occult, sorcery. I mean, it's going to cover everything, and it's just a fun book. I think everybody will dig it. I'm not too worried about it. It's solid. The art's solid, so I'm looking forward to it.
Me too, man. I've been waiting for a long time to see this.
I have absolutely no worries about this book at all. It's good to go.
And see, that's the other thing,
I like the
people.
sound of that.
Yeah, that's the other thing, people. Make sure your book's done when you take it to Kickstarter.
This is all done. We're on book 2.
Yeah.
And Jim O'Reilly's doing the origin story, so we're done. All we got to do is print. We're done.
See, that's what you want to do. When you're dropping a Kickstarter on people and they know all you got to do is go to print, it's done, it's ready to go. That's a good selling point on your behalf. Okay? That's a great selling point. That
I think
they're not going to have to wait on you. You know?
I love that. And Pops, we talked about this last time. The 2 books that I have, that's why I had one printed and done, already did a run, and another one that I'm still drawing. But the reason why, and it's exactly what Raj just said, the words he used are exactly the words I want to be able to use. It's solid, it's ready to print, and that's so important. A lot of people don't realize that's so important just to have that. I'm really jealous of you right now, Raj. That confidence that all right, my shit's together, this is going to be good, we're going to be all right. That's why I took one book, I'm redrawing, both books I'm really redrawing because I want to be able to use those words. I want to be able to use, I really wasn't feeling it. So for anyone that hasn't bought into the book yet, you're hearing the guy straight up tell you that it's solid and it's ready to print. Those are 2 things that should be green lights for you to go ahead and hit the fun button.
And
all right, you asked, I'll show you.
Oh, you went and got it.
Oh, you went got it.
Please be my little pony. Please be my little pony.
Oh.
Oh, I know that one. Oh my God.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a pretty book.
That's epic, man.
That's a pretty book right there.
Yeah, well, what's even better is one of the next one is one of 12 that I know that exist.
Oh, he's doing it again.
Get out.
I have the other 11.
Of the royal blue?
I have the other 11. I found them in a box in a storage locker.
This is actually the royal blue edition, if I can figure out how to get it on the camera.
No, you
Yeah,
got it.
I knew it right away. You didn't even have to.
That's
And then the other one, this is the one of the ones that roll. This is the one that rolled in looking like it went through a whirlwind of destruction.
There you go. Who's on? Everybody. Stan, Mike Zeck, Steve Grant. Who else? Shooter? Jeez.
Cool.
Man, Jim Beatty too. Wow.
Yeah, I got that one. I got that one, but it's not that many signed.
Yeah, it ain't got all that on it. That's a sweet book, man.
That's awesome.
That's just a few of my big ones. I have a lot of slabs. I won't deny that. I have a lot. I have several ash can slabs, but those 2 of those are ones that came in boxes that looked like they had been through a tsunami, dropped out of a helicopter, and then ran over by a truck. And my heart sank because I'm like, when that blue Vampirella showed up, I've been trying to get that for 27 years. And so the day that showed up, I'm like, I swear, if there's anything wrong with that book, I'm not.
Well,
Because it seriously has been that long. I mean, anytime they pop up, they're like $3,000-$4,000.
hell froze over. I got Thor 337, and I don't own Thor at all, but I had to get Beta Ray Bill. Pops was rolling in his grave.
I was like, yeah, we got him. Did you just buy a Thor book? I said.
Beta Ray Bill, but yeah.
Yeah, I knew what it was, but it was like, I was just like, yeah, because Raj gives me a hard time about Thor all the time. Because Thor's my guy, man. I was a Thor fan before I knew Thor was in comics. I was a mythology nerd when I was a kid. And I love Thor. You know,
Lobo's my guy.
Yeah. And,
my studio partner is a big Lobo fan. He's got a great Lobo tattoo.
I'd like to, but I'm covered in ink. I don't have no more room.
I am a blank
got
canvas.
a forehead. You can put him right there on the forehead.
I'm a blank canvas. I'm just waiting to save enough money to be able to afford my buddy David Tevenall is a buddy of mine. I met him in New York Comic Con. We had tables next to each other, and he is just phenomenal. And one of his wheelhouses is Japanese stuff. And I adore Japanese ink, so I definitely want to. If when I finally cover the canvas a little bit, because like I said, I'm blank canvas. I want it to be hit from him because the man is just a beast. You can find him on Instagram. The guy is just absolutely a savage. Battle Damage.
Talking about tattoos now.
He's a tattoo artist, and he's done some covers for Marvel, and he does a lot of other artworks. He does a lot of murals and stuff. The guy is just he inspires the living hell out of me. He's a fantastic human being, a fantastic artist. And it was cool, like we were talking about conventions. This is one of the cool things. This is an artist thing at a convention. And
I'm at my guess what I collect.
And there you go. See, I thought this conversation was going real different, real fast. I got scared for a second. Thought we were going going someplace weird. I collect though. No, when I tell you the cover, my business it's the funniest thing. The exact opposite. My partner Brendan completely covered, but the guy Dave is amazing. So I'm sitting next to. I'm at my booth. He's at the booth next to me, and he's got people working for him. And we're drawing commissions all 4 days in New York Comic Con. And I'm looking over. I'm like, shit, this guy's really good. I got to up my game. Meanwhile, we go outside. Remember, I'm 126 days now without a cigarette. But this is a few years ago. He turned around. We went outside to share a cigarette. And he goes, bro, you got to slow down. You're making me have to bust my ass. And he's saying that to me. And I'm like, bro, you're like world class. And I'm just fat guy with some Copic markers. Like, calm down. But yeah, if you guys can go check out, I want to try to get. He's on a social. He's not on Facebook, so I got to try to get him. I want to try to get him on not this CRoM. Obviously not this one, but the next one. I'd like to get him on the next one for sure. I'd like to get him on the next one. I gotta give him a ring.
Well, speaking of tattoo artists, Edwin Artex Badillo, he's a tattoo artist, and that's when I first seen his color work. I've never seen anything like it, and I'm not saying that because he does stuff for me, but his colors are so vivid and they're so unique. And Pops can testify to this. We were just blown away when we seen his colors, and I want to think it's because he's a tattoo artist and he knows how to do all that. But I've never asked him. But it's just weird that he has such a style that just pops, man.
Russell, I'm going to ask you a quick question. May I share a screen for a moment?
Okay. Yeah. I want to share one thing real quick because there's
one
book we didn't talk about. There's one book we didn't talk about, and this is the only piece of published art that I have that I know of, and that's Andrew Mangum, who has a book out right now called Cave Woman. Doing good. It's another thing y'all need to check into when you get a chance.
I got his remark. I got the remark cover from him. That's what I pledged.
Yeah, you can share your screen. Just
I actually understood what you were saying, which is really funny. That's really funny. This is the guy Dave that I was talking about. Dave Tattoos. These are drawings that he does.
Shit.
Yeah. Those are just his drawings, markers. But then he'll do stuff like I'm trying to find. Like, okay, boom. That's a mural on a wall. And then let's go down and see if I can find one. And tell me to stop if you need me to stop at any point with anything. Okay, yeah, here we go. And
snake right there.
That's ink. This is ink.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, he's I heard the snake. We'll get to the snake here. Dave is just, first off, again, he's an incredible human being. I love the guy to death. But the talent and he just, every time I see his, when I want to get inspired, I look at his stuff. You know? And
Where's he located out of?
He's in Ohio right now, but you can you could contact him on social media and stuff like that, Instagram, murals and stuff that he's done. The guy is just, he definitely has that Japanese flavor, you know, but he's got a lot of other stuff. But he's got a lot of other, you know, definitely comes from the same school as I do, the graffiti world too. The old guy in the street with a can of paint. Not that I've ever done that.
Share your graffiti supplies when you were a kid, did you?
Did I share?
No, I said steal.
Steal? Borrowed without telling.
Okay, because we had this conversation on Indie Vault last week about street artists, and they're not a real street artist unless they steal their supplies.
I definitely borrowed some from the neighbor. I definitely borrowed some from my neighbor, but I definitely saved enough money on my own to go get. And we shared too. Like, like if you had 2 or 3 guys in a crew, you'd be like, okay, listen, next week you get the black. I'm gonna get the. You know, you do stuff like that, and you kind of share your pennies and stuff like that. And then once somebody got a job, then it was cool. It's like, okay, cool. You got a couple bucks and you can get a couple things like that. But these days now that I'm older and I know what paint works with what, not that I do any kind of street art or anything now at all.
I said,
no, but no, not that I do any of it now. But Lowe's has a fantastic selection. I'm just saying, and there's a couple. If anybody's watching and they want to contact me, I know where you can get some really amazing spray tips to get yourself different angles and stuff. Like, the game has definitely elevated itself.
There you go, street artist. Hit up Pete. He's got you. We're covering everybody tonight, man. We're covering everybody. It's good.
It's fun. Now I'm second screening out because Jay now, Archer Messer, who's done CRoM Con, he found while cleaning his apartment, his wife found an old Loot Crate box that from 2017 that he had just under something that he had never opened, and he's unboxing it right now. So it's a 3-year-old. Yeah, it's a 3-year-old Loot Crate that he never touched. So I got him right now.
Show the screen, man. Come on.
No, it's on my phone. It's on my phone. I don't think I can get. Can I get him live on?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get him live.
Let's see if I can pull up the live and then share the screen.
Let's see if I can get him live. I got it on the phone, so it's.
Should just tell him. Come on here.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on. I'm going to share again if you don't mind.
No, you're fine.
So
I like
Russell,
to ask.
Tell me about your book, man.
So my book is Xeno Nanite Titan. So hold on, let me add his stream here.
Sorry, I'm gonna click it out. He's just chatting, and it's.
You should just tell him to bring his ass out here for the feed.
I think he was ready. He was ready for bed because he had messaged before. Because unfortunately, he's a Met fan, so they took their proper beating today. So he's not feeling good right now.
Yeah.
So I started writing this book back in 2010. I got kind of far in it. So I always wanted to write. Back in school, we did these projects where we would color a page and we had to write a story on it. So, I would color these pages and I would write a story on it, and I really enjoyed doing it. My teacher was really fascinated with the stories that he came up with, and she's like, you could make a living out of this if you would work on it. Well, me being me, hence Russ Explode Studios, I like blowing stuff up. So I went to school for mining engineering with explosives emphasis, and I always wanted to write, but I was like, man, I don't think I could ever make a living on it because, around then everything was starting to go digital and everybody was like saying, oh, books are not going to be around much longer. Everything's going to be digital. And I like reading paper books. And so I just was really discouraged, and I was like, whatever, I'm never going to do this. Well, fast forward, I graduated in '03. I did mining engineering for a while, and in '08 I bought a house, and the economy crashed. So we went from working, um, 60, 70 hours a week to we didn't hardly work but maybe 4 or 5 hours a week. So I was like, I had a CDL at the time because we hauled drills and heavy equipment and stuff, and so I drove a low boy, and so I was like, well, I'll get a job with something with a CDL. So I worked for Brinks for a while, the armored car company, until I got on driving a food oil truck, and then when I started driving food oil, I got an over the road route that I went Wednesday night. I drove all day Wednesday, stayed overnight Wednesday night in like Peoria, Springfield, Illinois area. And then the next day I drove back. And so I told my wife, I was like, well, I want to get a Chromebook, and that way I can write while I'm over the road. So I started writing these books, and I guess fast forward a few more years, and my son was born, and he had to have open heart surgery at a week old. So I put the project on hold. I had planned on taking the Chromebook to the hospital with me, but I just kind of didn't have my head in the right place. Well, over the last 4 or 5 years, my son's had 2 open heart surgeries. He's had 3 cardiac casts. My daughter was born, and we thought she was going to have a hole in her heart too. And so then my wife had precancerous cells, so she had to have that taken out. So over the last 5 years, it's been hell. And so I just was like, I don't have time for this project. I'm just, whatever, I give up on it. Well, in January this year, I found out that I possibly have cancer. And so I been going to the doctor for a couple months before the COVID shutdown happened. So we still don't know what's going on. I got to go tomorrow to get injections again because I've been in an insane amount of pain. But I started thinking about the things that I regretted. And my biggest regret was not doing this book. So in February, I started Rust Explode Studios. I jumped in with both feet. And, the last couple of years, I got back in the comic book scene, and that kind of brought the book back. And then, people talk to me, hey, what do you do? And I had talked about the book. So, over the last few years, I kind of was wanting to do it again. And then this was my big, I need to do it because I regret it. And so I started writing the final draft in February. I'm almost done with it now. And so Katrina wrote it. So I'll be sending her the final draft to be edited.
Pete, mute your mic.
Oh. I thought I muted it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm wondering, I'm like, who's talking in the background? That's why I keep pausing. It's confusing.
He's watching his buddy unbox that thing.
So Katrina will be getting the final draft soon. The book's called Xenonanite Titan. It's about a research scientist who is trying to but create a new product. Sorry, I was reading the comments. They scrolled really quick. He's trying to create a new suit. And so a bunch of things happen to him, and he ends up acquiring the suit. And, I can't really say a whole lot about the story right now. I will definitely be unveiling more over the next month or two. Once Katrina gets done editing it and it goes to copyright, then I'll feel a little bit more comfortable talking about it. But I think it's an awesome story. Wendy has read it, the first 3 chapters. Ed has read the first 3 chapters. Eve has read her part in the middle of the book. CB knows what happens at the end because the piece that he's working on is for the end of the book. So basically, my goal with this was I was going to do like a 3-part series and a novel, and start out like book 1 right now is the origin story of Raziel. So what happened to Raziel? How did he acquire the suit? How is the suit made? Why was it made? All of that will be answered in this. This is pretty much like an origin story. And it spans a kind of a long period of time, but it's not going to be super, super long. And then book 2, it's going to jump into like the action of what he becomes and what he's here for. My end goal with this is to do a 3-book series and then turn it into a comic book series.
So, I mean, are you going to stop there, or is it going to be a 3-story arc? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so it's going to be like an origin story, and it's going to be like a 3-story arc where after that it can be open-ended, and we can either continue the story from there in a comic book format or a novel format, or I could, totally go off on a different arc and actually just start a comic book on it. I'm open for whatever. This is kind of like me introducing my character to people, telling them what it's about, and seeing if people like it. And
or you could do a one-shot off of another character in your book. You can do it. It's your universe. You can do whatever you want.
One word, Lewis, one word. So I'm pretty excited. I've had some hiccups the last week. I've been doing pretty rough with everything that's going on. So I found out in January they found a mass on my liver. I went in for an MRI. They found a 3 centimeter by 5 centimeter mass between my spine and my lung. Then I had a PET scan at the end of January. It came back significant evidence of malignancy. And then everything kind of went to crap, and I couldn't get back in. I ran out of FMLA and vacation. I went back to work and worked 3 days, and somebody ran a light and hit me on my way home from work and totaled my car. So I went back in the hospital for that. And then right when that happened, they put everything with the cancer stuff on hold because they're like, we need to concentrate on your injuries from the car wreck. Well, then the following week, everything shut down because of COVID. So I didn't get back to the doctor until June. They started doing steroid injections on my side so I can function, but I haven't been in a month, so I'm really trying to hang in there. So last week I haven't really worked on the book. I did last night. I did some editing, and I went ahead and wrote a half a chapter, but I'm making this happen. This has been my dream my entire life. Raziel is a badass character. He's freaking awesome. The what's going to happen in book 2 is phenomenal. It's going to knock your socks off, blow your mind, be so badass.
I'm gonna send you a friend request, but before that, I'm gonna just send you positive vibes for you and your family, bro. That's
hell yeah,
right there. And
thank you very much.
No, man, and I'm gonna send you positive vibes, and let's get everybody healed up on your family, man. That's hell. But it sounds fascinating.
See, did you see how excited he just was? Did you see how excited he just was?
That's what I was going to say.
Blow your mind.
Yo, no, seriously, though, all the negativity that you got going on, first off, like Raj said, bless your family and positive energy towards you guys. But at the same time, bless you and congratulations to you. You're obviously their rock, because I saw the same thing Pop saw. I saw your eyes light up when you started talking about your thing. That means you're taking that negativity, you're giving it the middle finger, and you're pushing it into your book, into what you're creating, and that's awesome, bro. Like you're gonna be okay because you got your brain is right where it needs to be, and that means you're the rock for yourself and your family. That's really cool, bro.
Yeah,
good for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I seen that thing in his eyes right there, where when he started talking about how he was excited about a book that he's working on. It's not even done yet, right? And he's excited. And this is the kind of excitement that you have to sell people on what you're trying to produce.
So this is some of the art I'm flashing up here for you guys.
Yeah, dude, it's killer, man. I love it. Now, who are these characters? Can you tell me their names or give me a?
So this is all Raziel. This is Nanite Titan.
Okay.
So this is so basically right now we're looking at probably somewhere between 10 and 15 chapters. There's gonna be 11 pieces of art. One will be the cover. I'm gonna send the other 10 covers to each artist so they can vote on any of the pieces but their own, and I'm gonna let them choose because I can't decide because they're all awesome.
No, they look good, man.
So basically, my premise for the character was, like each character, you would think they're different characters, but they're not. They're all the same characters. So what I did is I told them, I said, this is what I want. this is the baseline for my character. This is the color scheme. This is his age. This is what he is. He's a dad. He's just a research scientist. He's nobody special. He has a nanite suit. This is what the nanite suit composes of. And I gave them all the information I could about the character. And I said, tell me what that looks like to you in your mind. And that's what each one of these artists did. They did their interpretation of my character based on my description.
That. That's a cool idea, man. That's awesome.
And so
unique.
And that's what's awesome. I mean, like even Steph. So Steph's is totally different because the nanites stand off of the armor and so off of his body. So it's more of like it's a spatial armor that floats off of the body and can move. And so that was a really cool concept that Steph had thought up in his mind. And that's why I like this so much, because not only did they draw inspiration from what I described to them, I drew inspiration from seeing their pieces, because each piece has a part in the book. I said, I need this included in there, but do everything else the way you want it to. And I thought it was really cool because I want to see that. I want to see what other people see in my character. I want other people who read the book to go, okay, this is what the author's idea of the character was, because this piece here this is what I explained to Ed. This is what I want. So this is my base of the character. And then throughout the book, you're going to see each artist's interpretation of the character, and it'll help the reader to not only visualize the scene of what they just read in the chapter, but also somebody else's interpretation, to where they can, say, wow, this is kind of like how I seen it, or no, I seen it a different way. And I just wanted to have fun with it. I wanted to include, there's some big artists that are a part of it. There's some artists that are just breaking into the scene that I included in it. And most of them are comic artists. This is a novel. And I thought, what a greater way to get their name out there into another medium that people don't normally read. I mean, there are comic book artists. Some people that read books don't read comics. And so this will open them up to a whole new world where people will say, hey, you want to do a cover for my novel? And not only that, but we're all really good friends. And I really felt honored to have them do a piece for my book. I really do. Every time I asked and they said yes, I was like, man, this is awesome, because this is going to be great. Not only do I have an awesome story, I have an awesome group of artists that are backing me up, that are going to be on my side, and they're going to help me get my story out there. And I couldn't be more excited. I really can't.
Yeah, it sounds killer, man. I'm gonna definitely want that. So, yeah.
So right now I'm planning on a November Kickstarter. I haven't figured out. I'm probably going to run it for like 30 or 45 days. And then, like I said, one of my stretch goals is going to be, that last stretch goal will probably be like that Xenonanite Nation tour, where I go and I get all the signatures done. I haven't really finalized anything yet, but I really want to make that happen, because it would be an honor to meet all these artists and, and hug them and say, oh my God, we did it, because this is going to be a big, big thing in my life, to see I will cry the day the book comes in and I hold it in my hand. I can guarantee it.
Oh, that's me too, bro. I know exactly that. Yeah, I'm right with you on that, man.
The smell of that new printed book, and it's got my name on it, and I see my character, I'm gonna be a faucet of water.
Bro, absolutely. There was our studio. We did an anthology book. We did 3 issues of it, but the very first one that we ever printed was Ashcan style, so it was really cool. And again, like I said, I've been going to my local comic book shop since I was 46, since before the guy who owns it now owned it. And what was cool was I was at the shop picking up books, and he's like, oh, your book came out, cool. Why don't we set up a signing for you guys next weekend? And you can sign your book and we'll have some here. So selling a comic book that I drew in my local comic book shop is I felt exactly the way you were talking about, just as like, yeah, I needed a minute. I'm going to go around the corner. And I was like, oh, I'm so happy. People looking at me like, are you okay? I'm great. I'm fit. So, yeah, I feel that, bro. I feel that.
See, I'm just waiting for the first time somebody says, Pops, will you sign this?
Nah.
Yeah, because I didn't write it. I didn't draw it. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I'm in it. Somebody's going to go, Pops, will you sign this? And that's going to be that moment for me. When somebody wants me to sign it just because I'm in it. That's
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool too.
Well, here, I'll even flash you a piece that not very
you.
few people
Easy with
have
the
seen.
flashing.
I will flash you a piece that very few people have seen. This is the final piece for the book.
Man. Who did that? That's amazing, man.
That's really cool.
So it is fully colored. I do have the fully covered image, but I'm not willing to show it at this time. I'm going to wait for a live unboxing in case people go back and watch this. This is CB Zane. And so this is the scene before. This will be the chapter that comes before that. And then the scene that I just showed you will be the final chapter of the book. So these two scenes will run concurrently. And until you read the book, you'll have no idea the
So Russell,
premise of it, even if you read.
How many pages are we talking about on this?
So I don't know for sure. I'm like 3/4 of the way through the book. It's looking over between 200 and 300 somewhere. I have it formatted right now for a 6x9 with 1/2-inch margins, and I'm a little over 100 pages, 150 something, almost 160 pages. So with what I have left, it's probably going to be about another 100 pages. And that, of course, is including the chapter breaks, where if it ends on an odd page, you'll have a blank even, and then it'll start on the odd. And the same, you got 10 pieces of art. So all in all, word-wise, probably about 250 pages of words. Like right now I'm at 21,000 words. So it's probably going to be about 50,000 words or more.
Heck yeah, man.
Cool. I
That's
like
very
real
cool.
books too. I like real books too. Matter of fact, Mike Barron's Nexus, he just shipped that out. I got one of them coming. Oh, can't wait for that. I love comic books. I love people who take it to the next level and write a real book with your comic characters. Include some art in that. That's just awesome, dude. Great idea. Including all them people in your book is obviously a very smart marketing move. Get to bounce off all them fan bases with your book. Modern problems require modern solutions. I like it.
Are we talking about my Easter egg?
Well, we ain't talking about your 401k, are we?
I don't even know where mine went. So,
Lady Death.
I'll tell you what, guys. It's like, we've been out here over 2 hours. I need a shower.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I can smell you all the way in Texas, bro.
Yeah, I was on the golf course. Okay? I definitely need to go dip my head under some water for a little bit. Russell, I totally appreciate you, man, having us out.
Hell yeah.
CRoM Con V, comic-related madness. All these people.
And Wendy, I'm sorry I couldn't show your piece. StreamYard won't let me upload it. It's too big. That's what she said. But StreamYard only has a 10 megabyte limit, and I don't have a smaller size file of yours, and I can't get Google Drive to load. I was going to show yours up there. But you guys definitely, Rog, send me a friend request.
I'm fixing to do that right now. I will.
Yeah.
And then I'll send you an invite to the page. There's 8 pieces currently done that are listed on the page. I don't have all of them uploaded because some of them are way too big to load on StreamYard. So definitely check out the art. There's a lot of great pieces. And Wendy knocked it out of the park. She had some massive explosions on there because I told her, she's like, what kind of explosions are we talking? And I'm like, blow that shit up. And so she did. It is just, explosions upon explosions in the background. And she's like, is it too much? I'm like, no, I could use a little more. She's like, squee, I love it. And I'm like, yeah, blow it up.
I love Wendy. She's awesome.
She is. She's great.
Well, it's good meeting you, Russell. Man, keep grinding. And like I said, positive vibes, bro. I hope everything turns out great. And it's just positive vibes for you and your family, brother.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And thanks for being on tonight. It was a great show. I had a lot of fun.
I'm surprised he showed up. He's a quiet guy.
I don't come on a lot of stuff, but yeah.
I saw you sitting and listening.
I just want you to know, once this book launched, you're going to see Raj. Okay? But he's really trying to keep it low key until it's ready to go. and he's not trying to be out here over promoting something that ain't even, the Kickstarter ain't started yet. But it is going to start, and then we'll see Raj, and we'll see everybody else too. We'll see Artex, we'll see Manny. These guys will all come out. They'll all talk about it. We'll have a good time. It's going to be fun, man. The whole project. I mean, trying to avoid knowing the story and trying to avoid seeing too much of the art, the stuff they show me, just I'm really excited.
Like I was saying to Pete a while ago, this book it's gonna. I have no worries. This book rocks. Being a fan, if I didn't have no part of it, I'd buy it. It's just solid, and I'm real proud of it, and I have no worries on it. It's as good as it gets, man. So
that's what I'm talking about, and it's already got legs. Book 2 is in production. They're talking about we already pretty much have a good idea where we're going with book 3. The origin stories being done. It's it's a timing thing. We're trying to make this all pop, and not come out here too soon, or not come out here without being completely prepared. The Kickstarter page, the tiers, everything we want to be able to offer people. We don't want to mess nothing up or leave anything out. So we're taking our time. We're doing this right. We're learning from all you guys, man. Like Wendy,
amen.
We're learning from all you guys, what you guys are doing. And if we wait another week to make sure we get one of those little extra kickers in there, we're going to do that. Niobe, man.
I just can't wait for the musical.
You just now show up.
I just can't wait for the Mojo musical.
That's just like Larry to show up at the end every time.
Hey,
he's
Larry,
on Canadian time. Larry's on the Canada time.
I'm expecting books from Larry. He better sign them too. Shit.
He signed mine.
Yeah, fuck you, Pops.
I got mine.
I got mine too.
Thank you, Sarah. Love you. Yeah, the story with that too. I was like, man, I was totally broke, and it was getting to the end of that Kickstarter. I was like, man, I know I'm not going to be able to fit that into my budget. I just know it. But if I could get one, I'd get that Steph cover. And here comes old Sarah just buying it and having.
I'll tell you what. There's not many people I promote on my page, but I promote Larry, and I'll promote you too, Russell, man, and Pete. But yeah, there's not too many I promote outside of my own little third empire. But yeah, Niobe's one of them. I'm a big fan.
I like Niobe. I mean, I like a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie. There's a whole lot of good stuff coming out right now, and I like promoting it. I just love typing funded. I love typing that post where it says funded. That's my high, guys. When it comes to comics right now, that's my high. Being able to say, yeah, this one, we're gonna get to read this one. We're not gonna get to read them if they don't get funded, guys. So when you got 40, 50 backers and you need a few more backers to get to the funded level, it's like, tell your friends, yo, I'm not going to get this book if you don't come on board, help me get this book. Funded.
Well, I know as soon as my book hits Katrina's emails, I'm going to be starting book 2, and I'm just going to roll on through, and I'm going to keep writing.
That's what you got to do. Do not, Raj knows this. I've been saying this for the whole year of 2020. Adapt and overcome, power through. Power through it. If
and a
you
lot of
sit
these
on your hands, or if you pause, you're gonna get blindsided, man. You're gonna get blindsided by something you weren't expecting. Power through it. Put your foot on the gas and go forward. Really.
Did you see this? Larry has maybe surprise breaking news for us to break at CRoM Con.
Oh. I hope I have an idea what that could be, and I hope it's what
Is he gonna put Mojo on the cover?
No, he's gonna put me dressed up as Niobe on the next cover.
I know what he's talking about. I think he's talking about AP. I know what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do Larry's show, but he's got to put LA Woman on, or I'm not coming on.
Hey,
wow.
Eve just said, "What the heck, Raj?"
Hey, speaking of Eve, she's covered too, baby.
Yep. Joe Tolliver and Eve both have come on to do book 2, do covers for book 2.
Oh, I've got
For
more.
Mojo. Well, I know, but I can't tell it. I can't tell everything.
Fine, I'll just do fan art then. I'll just do Mojo fan art then.
You can
Pete,
do that.
Pete, you're more than welcome to do one, brother.
Dude, that's the whole thing. That fan art thing. I love fan art. I love when other people draw something that's somebody else's character and they go show it up, and it's like, man, that's cross promotion right there. Even if people don't realize that. If I drew Mojo and I wasn't who I am and I was an artist and I drew Mojo and threw that up on my page, all my fans are going, "Who's that?" And then I'm telling, "Oh, this is Raj's character, Mojo." And now they're over there looking at Raj's page and they're liking Raj's page, and the fan bases bounce off each other.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Fan art is cross promotion. Allow it, do it, promote it, encourage it. It helps.
It's definitely a thrill too. I hope I thrilled Larry when I posted the Niobe thing that I did, and I can't wait to do that cover.
Oh, I bet
That's
you
sketch
do a fine Niobe cosplay, Eve. I bet you do it just fine, Niobe.
Why is she commenting? Tell her to come on out. Don't be shy.
I
Come on
sent
out.
her the link a long time ago. I think she quit. I think she was hiding. She was hiding. Little.
Yeah, that's somebody else, Eve.
Too
You're not
thick.
busy Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central, so 9 p.m. your time. If you want to be a part of this CRoM Con on my panel, you're more than welcome. I'd love to have you on there if you're not busy.
I don't know what her work schedule.
So her schooling ends this week. This Wednesday it's either this Wednesday or Thursday is her last day of school. So I'm sure Saturday night she should be able to be free because she'll only have her job and won't have school.
Pops, is she still on? Because let me
She
know
says
if she's
she's in
still
bed
on.
and leave her alone. That's what she said.
No, listen, I sent her a package the other day, so yeah.
You sent her a package.
Yes,
Eve,
I
did you
did.
get a package?
No, it's not there yet. I just sent it.
Oh, okay. No, she says she's in bed.
She just wants the tracking number. That's all.
Larry, good to see you.
Good. Larry liked it. Okay, good. Larry liked it. Yes.
All right, guys.
And I'm glad Andre liked it too.
I appreciate you guys being on here tonight.
We appreciate you having us, Russell.
Totally
thanks,
fun,
bud.
And again,
Hey, you guys
God
are
bless you.
welcome.
Positive energy to you and your family, bro.
Yes,
Most definitely.
I appreciate that. And whenever Mojo goes to come out, Rog, you're more than welcome to hit me up. I mean, we can do a show and we can just talk with you and talk about Mojo and try to get the word out there about your Kickstarter. We plaster it all over.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man, I'll definitely hook up with you.
Is it Rog or Raj?
Raj.
Okay. I don't know why I keep saying Raj.
I've had so many beers it can be
all
Raj.
night.
I don't care.
Everybody calls him Rog. I'm like, come on, you don't know that's short for Roger? Come on, man.
Another 12-pack, he'll let you call you Sandy if you want.
That's what I'm saying. I keep drinking these tall boys. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell tall boys are deceptively dangerous, but they're wonderful too. We did a baseball trip years ago, and I'll end it with this fun. So I'll end my part with this fun story. We were at Wrigley Field, third day in a row at Wrigley Field. We sat in the bleachers one game. We sat down by the dugouts one game, and then we sat all the way in the back for another game. The point where I actually had a pole in front of me. My friend said, "You want to get us new tickets?" I'm like, "No, this stadium's 102 years old at the time. Somebody's been sitting in this seat for 102 years. It's my honor for this to be my job." Okay, cool. So it's me and my two buddies. We're sitting in front of this thing. We're already feeling it pretty good. So I go, okay, it's my turn to get the beers. I'm going to go down and grab some beers. The guys in front of us go, no, bucket guy's coming. I'm like, and Rod, just, we did spend a lot of time in Texas that trip. We spent time in Dallas, and we were the first group of people in the new Cowboys Stadium. Then we took a VIP tour of Houston.
Yeah,
that was fun. Yeah, it's incredible. But I'll tell you, I got another story about that. But anyway, Wrigley. What's bucket guy? There's a guy with a wash tub, like a bus bucket, and because it was go away day, the Cubs were leaving to go on a road trip, so they're getting rid of all the tall boys that they got in the cooler, so they can clean out the cooler and fill it up for the next homestand. Okay, cool. So it's usually like $2-3 a beer. The guy says, the kids told us. I was like, okay, cool. So the guy comes down. They're like, "What do you got today?" He goes, "I got tall boys a PBR for $1." I was like, "How many you got?" He goes, and that's what he said. He goes, "Why?" I was like, "I need two each for the three of us, and 2 each for the gentleman that told us to talk to you." So I figured they were nice enough. They were nice enough to tell us, number one, they were nice enough to tell us. Number two, I'm in New York. I'm a Yankee fan. A tall boy at Yankee Stadium is $14. Okay. Yeah, that's why we bring our own alcohol in, but we're not going to talk about that. So, and then I gave the bucket guy a $20 bill. He goes to get me changed. I'm like, no. You hold on to that. Because that $20 bill sold only would have bought me 1 beer in New York. So I turn around. That's pretty cool. So I turn around, and then I told the bucket guy, but listen, you need to do me a favor. He goes, "What's that?" "When you fill that bucket back up, you come here first." Are those beers going to be gone?" "Yes, sir." This was the second inning. I was like, "Yes, sir. Don't worry about it." He came back second half of the third inning, new bucket of beers, and then we all took turns buying rounds. So by the time, now there's 5 of us, by the time that 5th guy finished doing rounds, that was 10 tall boys in. I was feeling great. I was feeling so good. And then, everybody's like, "Okay, we're going to take a break. We're not going to," because now it's like 7th inning stretch. We're going to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I was like, "Listen, after the song, come back." Like, really? You're going to have, I'm like, I'm not going to not take advantage of $1 tall boys. And it could have been nothing. It could have been just the worst beer ever. I'll drink $1 tall boys all day long.
I will give you one short beer guy story. PIR, at the last time they come through the stands at PIR before they close down the beer, there's this black dude, and he is loud. I mean, you can hear him over the motors as they're going by. He's saying, "You want it. Last call, bitches."
Every stadium's got that guy.
Since we're talking about funny beer stories, so you were talking about $1 tall boys, right? So right when Bud Light Lime came out, was when I worked at Brinks, and we serviced all the Quick Trips. And Bud Light Lime came out right around the Super Bowl, and so they purchased a ton of it to try to advertise it and get it out there, because that was the big deal. I mean, hell, that was probably 2010, 2011. And so, like, Quick Trip screwed up when they ordered, and instead of ordering like 100 per store, they ordered 1,000 per store in the St. Charles, St. Louis area, because I live in Missouri. And so they had 12 packs of Bud Light Lime for $1.99 to try to get rid of all of them. I bought, like, this is no joke, I bought like 20 12 packs of it just because it was $1.99 and I was driving around in the Brinks.
I'd have pulled out of work and thrown a party.
So, like, literally, we had Bud Light Lime for like 3 or 4 months in here. I was like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like my top choice for beer, because I like,
like $1.99. It's champagne, bro.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm like, after 2 or 3, you really don't care how it tastes anyway.
Exactly.
It has to be extremely hot to drink that beer. Like if you're at the lake or something, then you can just slung them down. But it has to be a hot weather, and they have to be ice fucking cold.
That's right.
My old neighbor, whenever it would snow a lot up here, I know Pops is the expert on snow. Well, maybe Larry if he's still in the conference. But when we would get snow, we have a lot of elderly folks on our block. So it's usually me and him shoveling until the other guy wakes up with the snowblower. So I'd come out with the shovel, I'd start, and there would be my neighbor Jimmy with a 30-pack of whatever cans he could. He'd put them right in the snow. And then we'd wait for the next guy to show up with another, and just – I don't know how we shoveled in a straight line after a few, but hey.
You didn't.
Nah, it's snow, though. What does it matter? Can you still walk through there? Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah. The guy with the machine will fix it. It'll be all right. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, guys, it's been fun.
Yes, it has.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, man.
It's really hard to quit these,
Yeah, I know, right? I say we do it again next weekend.
I'm down.
I think I'm going to go see quite a bit of all of y'all next weekend. Comic-related madness, you're all welcome to join. It's definitely a good time. CRoM Con 5 next weekend. Russell's show every week. I think Tina and Rodney asked me if I wanted to be up on their show sometime this week. Yes, I do. We will work that out if you're watching. Mike Barron wants me to try to get him on Indie Vault on Tuesday night. So I'll be trying to do that, talking to you guys if you're watching.
Very cool. I'll definitely be popping on some lives of my own drawing, and they'll be shared in the group and stuff like that. And Jay and Angel will also be doing them because we were just talking with them too, busting balls. We'll be putting some other ones on, and I'll try not to watch soccer while I'm. I get a little animated, just
Yes, I mean, I don't have the excitement for sports this year, and everybody knows why, because they're just making it a mess.
I miss them so damn much.
I mean, I want to watch baseball, but I don't like virtual fans, and I don't like fake ball. And that's the way I feel when you don't have the momentum of the fans and all that stadium stuff. Then it's might as well just go to the park and watch the kids play.
I forget who. There was a player just said it. He goes, I miss the sound of the fans asking for autographs. I miss the smell of popcorn. I miss the smell of the hot dogs. He goes, I even miss the drunk fat guy yelling at me, telling me how much I suck. And I'm like, oh, he heard me. Oh, good. Okay, good.
This is what I'm saying. That's part of the game. And without it, they should just take a break. Because we're the ones that generate the interest in these sports. And if we're not there,
well, see, Pop,
we're not there, you're doing it for yourselves for money. You're not doing it for us anymore.
But Pops, you're a Twins fan, and I'm like Pete. I'm a hardcore Yankee fan. So
I told Pops it's tough for them when they have to come to the stadium come playoff time.
When
hey,
we get
Pete, who's your favorite?
who's
your favorite
have to
Yankee?
go through New York, we don't get there.
Fair, and I'm going to go through again. I'm going to go. It's not a long list, but it's an exclusive
I've
list.
got one.
I think 4 or 5. Go for it.
I've got one. Thurman Munson.
Yep, that's my number one.
Oh,
that's my number one. That's my number one. Well, remember, you got to see people. This is what I tell my friends this all the time. We'll go to a lot of the guys, especially I work with like guys in their 20s and stuff. We'll go to Yankee Stadium, and first off, they have no idea what the old stadium was like. It was a whole different thing. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, when we played like Kansas City, they would blow off bottle rockets in the upper deck tunnel because there was nobody up there, and the cops didn't want to have to go up there, so they would just let them. Old Yankee Stadium was something different, but I saw Munson play. Okay, when I was little, but I saw Munson play, so that meant something to me. And growing up later, Mickey Rivers was pretty fantastic too. He was a great interview.
I got to see Munson play. I got
later
to see him play during the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rod Carew, Tony Oliva, a couple of Twins were in that game, and he was in it. And that was the only All-Star game I ever got to see live.
Later for me was Winfield and Mattingly. And then obviously, I mean, it goes without saying, if you are any kind of Yankee fan, obviously Derek Jeter's your guy.
Yeah.
But my guy, because you got to remember, I was in college and I was at all these games, either outside the stadium or we snuck into all these games. I am
Closer.
I'm a diehard. I will go anywhere. I actually saw him perform while he was playing the guitar at a theater a couple of miles down the road from us. I am a gigantic Bernie Williams fan. I adore Bernie Williams. Wouldn't have won any of those 4 World Series without Bernie Williams. The most dangerous hitter in the playoffs. Although a quick funny story, because you were talking about Mariano, Pops. There was a guy at my bar that was, when Mariano got into the World Hall of Fame, shitting on him, just giving him a hard time. I was like, bro, I'm just going to say one thing and then walk away. More people have walked on the moon than have scored on Mariano Rivera in the playoffs. Blah, blah, blah. He said, blah, blah, blah. I go, what do you want to bet? Look, if I'm wrong, I'll buy you your lunch. He goes, okay, and if I'm right, I'll tip you whatever my lunch costs. So he Googled it right on his phone. And anybody who doesn't believe me can Google it right now. More people have walked on the moon than have scored on Mariano Rivera in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. He's like, God damn. Wow. Really? I'm like, that's why he was unanimous.
Yeah. He was a beast. With the lead, it was over. I mean,
that's the funniest thing. I remember a radio interview with Jeter. He goes, no, but you don't understand. It was an 8-inning game. We'd get the lead, even if it was 1 run. The music hits, Mo comes in, we're going home.
Yep.
You know, watching it on TV is one thing. And this is why I'll tell people this number about me. My number is 91. I've been to over 91 professional sports venues. Okay? Because I love sport. I love going to games. And it comes from being lucky that I have 2 of the greatest cathedrals in all of sports a half hour away from me. I have Madison Square Garden, where I've gone and thrown hands with plenty of Ranger fans because I'm an Island fan. So it's pretty brutal, but it's a great place for sports. And I had old Yankee Stadium and new Yankee Stadium, and I'm 46, so I spent my young years and my teens up until college. I spent my time in old Yankee Stadium, going to 25 games a year. So it's like, yeah, you're lucky. Like
I went to first is the Mall of America now.
Yeah.
Okay, you can still go stand at home plate. That was the old Met Stadium where Killebrew hit 500 home runs. You can still go stand at home plate, but it's the Mall of America now. It's not my ballpark. I mean, I watched Carew play there. I mean,
Kirby Puckett.
Kirby Puckett.
No, Puckett didn't play at Met. He played at
the old Twin Rivers, not Twin Rivers, whatever it was. Yeah,
the dome thing, the dome.
Right.
Thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The dome thing.
I'll tell you what though. I've gone to a lot of stadiums, but I'm not just saying this because Roger's here. Some of the best hospitality I've gotten, and I'm a Giants fan, was at Cowboys Stadium and at Houston, both the Astros and the Texans Stadium. But I was at that store.
Yeah, Jerry World is unique. It's one of a kind.
See, that's the thing I noticed.
Fans in Ranger Stadium, and
nobody there called him Jerry Jones or Mr. Jones. They called him. It was Mr. They didn't call him the Cowboys. They said Mr. Jones's team. It was cool. And what's really cool, that trip I took with 3 fraternity brothers, Jerry Jones is actually in my fraternity. I've met him twice when I was an undergrad. He was really cool. And we actually sent the picture to our quarterly magazine, and he commented on it a month later. He said, next time y'all come to my house, let me know. I'll put you up. And I was like, that's pretty cool. So we took a tour of the stadium. Then my buddy, who was a Cowboy fan, wanted to try on clothes in the store and buy a bunch of clothes for him and his nephews. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go outside, make a phone call, smoke a cigarette. So I'm going to go leave. And the lady goes, where you going, baby? I'm like, an older woman. They're like, she worked there. I was like, no, I'm not a Cowboys fan. She goes, well, we got other NFL stuff here. I'm like, yeah, I saw that, but my size now, I think it's a South. I think it was a New Orleans and a Texas thing. She walked right up to me like she was my grandmother, fixing my shirt, checking my size. She goes, oh, baby, you're Merelda, go grab those 4Xs from the back. I think this young man, and I ended up getting a Hall of Fame T-shirt because she was so nice. I'm like, wow, that's Texas. Okay, cool. Then we found a 24-hour pie store, and that was just.
Russell's like, okay, guys, gotta go.
He's got shit to do.
Russell's like, I ain't no sports fan.
I got a bed with my name on it. I got an appointment in the morning to get my injection, so I'm ready for it. It's been a month past due.
Well, once again,
they weren't going to get me until August 31st.
Oh God!
But that's
a long time.
Yeah, I'm like, I told my wife, I was like, if I'm like, you call them today and tell them I have got to get in Monday because as of yesterday, I can't even hardly walk now. And so I told her, I said, I have got to get in there or I'm not going to be able to go to work next week. And so I tried to get him to call me in pain medication to get me through the weekend. And they're like, oh, you're coming in Monday. It'll be all right. I'm like, I got one word for you. F you. 2 words.
Luckily, my pain medicine guy comes home from vacation tomorrow. So.
Hey.
Well, luckily I had 6 Percocet left, so I took one before the show because my back's killing me sitting in this chair. That's why I had to go get the pillows earlier. I'm like, all right.
I'll send you the link for that seat cushion that I was talking to you about before.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. What is it, like a Roho?
No, it's where the hell is it? It's just this big piece of.
He's gonna send you the link.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the link, but it's this big thing. You can't really see it because it's all black. It's this big thing, square, but it's plastic memory foam. It's like an egg crate on the inside. Can I open it? Yes, I can. See, it's like a.
Oh, okay.
It's all foam and rubbery, and look, I don't want to be crude or vulgar or anything like this, but it shapes itself to the form of your ass, and it straightens your spine, right out, so you can be comfortable and not know that you're in a chair. Because, like I said before, Raj, before you came on, I was telling, it's like, I'm a big guy. My Game of Thrones name at cons is Pete the Breaker of Chairs, Because at a con, I will go through chair. I will destroy chairs. Cons are scared of me showing up and shattering their chairs. So I got this thing because you sit on on one of those folding chairs at a con for 6 hours drawing. Yeah. People are like, oh, Pete, why don't you sit down when we go out to eat? I was like, no. I'm gonna stand for a little bit and give my ass a break so we're not gonna let that happen.
I go to Oklahoma to get my pain, so I'm good.
There you go.
I just get a tray table at cons apparently, so I'm not cool enough for a table.
Any amount of space you can get at a show is wonderful. You can make
we
$1 million.
were talking about cons earlier. I'm definitely going to think about getting a table at C2E2 next year.
C2E2 was great this past year. I highly recommend applying. It was fantastic.
I didn't make it this year. I wanted to go. We went last year, and we were going to go this year, but with everything that happened, money and then me having no time left, I was like, there's no way we're going to make it. But next year, look for me. I may be in Artist Alley.
It was absolutely phenomenal. See, that's what I want to hear.
See, that's what I'm saying. I can't wait till they start doing this again, so I get a chance to maybe meet some of these people that I've been talking to for months. That's gonna be big for me. Actually, getting to meet some of you guys when this stuff goes back to cons that people actually are going to.
Can you imagine how bad the lines are going to be, though? Everybody's going to have a year worth of books in a stack that they're going to want to get signed.
More stuff for us to do.
Hey, you know what? They're going to be making serious bank on signatures, that's for sure. CGC's going to crap themselves. They're going to have to stop offering on-site grading.
See that, Niobe? Look at Larry. He said, I want to do a con with the Outlaw crew. Then you got to go down near Texas, Junior.
Come on, Larry. Come on. I'll get you
down, son. You come down here, you'll never go back to Canada. I promise.
No, I see. He won't like. I don't think he'll be able to take the heat. I know Texas was. Whew.
We were 109 for 3 days.
It was funny though. My buddy told me who before I'd gone. He goes, "Look, it's not like Florida where you're just going to be, or like Baltimore in the summer, which is really just like you're underwater." He goes, "It's dry, but you see, you got to understand the heat's going to come up when you're in the city or when you're on dirt." I'm like, "The fuck does he mean it's going to come up?" And then I didn't realize it's like in New York, but the buildings kind of block it more because it's all skyscrapers. We're in Dallas and we're walking around, and the heat was coming up from the street, and I'm like, God damn!
It's a whole new animal.
Quit trying to scare Larry. Larry can come down. He can hang out up here in Michigan, where it's
there you go. There you go.
And then he can go from here to Detroit to C2E2.
It is the middle of everything.
I want him in here. Yeah. I want him in Texas.
See what
in Texas too, but you don't have to stay there.
He will once he hangs with me because he's.
Look, I'm gonna put the whole thing out there. Once we find that one, and Raj, you tell us that one show, that one Texas show, even if it's a local, 5,000 person Texas show where we could take a crew and take that shit over. Then we'll bring like 10 or 12 of us and
Amarillo.
There you go.
There you go. I even try to figure out a way or somebody hits a ride with or something. I'll even try to figure out a way down there.
Amarillo's got 300,000 people, and we could take that motherfucker over.
There you go. And the promoter would probably love us because we'd make him a ton of money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just getting to Texas. And look, Jay and I drove to Chicago, and I thought we were going to die at least 4 times. So driving to Texas ain't much. We'll be all right.
It's way easier to drive on the highways the farther south and west you go.
Oh, Chicago. Well, driving to C2E2, we hit pea soup fog, like you couldn't see in front of you, and there was 18-wheelers destroying past us. And then as soon as the fog lifted, it snowed, white out snow.
There you go.
And I'm like, okay, well, we're not going to make it. We're not going to. So a 16-hour drive took us almost 20 something because we were just. Fuck it, let's go. But it was.
But that's how you do it.
That's how we did it.
That's how it's going to happen. That we all going to meet somewhere at some place. We're all just going to say, "Screw it, let's do it."
I'm thinking Cleveland. Maybe some show in Cleveland.
I'd do Cleveland.
And look, anybody who's a little. I'm just saying Cleveland, and anybody who's been to Cleveland, because I love that town. Not just going to the con. There's an area in Cleveland, a neighborhood called the Flats, and yeah, yeah, it's a good time.
I feel you. I feel you.
It's a damn good time.
As long as I can carry, it has to
We're
be
talking
a
to
state
you
where I
too.
can
If we
carry,
get
'cause I don't
Larry
go
to come
anywhere
down
without
here,
gun.
Oh, he's coming to Cleveland.
yeah, if we get Larry to come to America, you're getting up out of Florida.
Get your license, Larry. Get that passport, the enhanced license, whatever you guys got to get. Work on your exchange rate, Larry, so we can get you over here. Remember, it's different. Our money isn't different colors, so
Yeah, we'll find a show next year where we can all hang out, man. That would be like.
there's actually a couple good ones.
CRoM Con from a con.
There's a couple good ones in Buffalo too, so that Larry could probably make.
Next year we will do CRoM Con from a con.
That'd be great.
You watch, we'll do it. We'll figure out a way to make it happen. We'll go around interviewing people live right there on the floor, man.
That's the way to do it, though. You probably end up getting your own table that way. They would love that. Get a banner, get a tablecloth, get some merch, get some T-shirts, and get a CRoM Con table.
It's all Rogers. It's all Rogers merch. We
There you go.
Mojo.
As long as you don't sell his beer.
I'm definitely not trying to be a brand. I mean, it could happen, but I'm not trying to be that. You know what I mean? If it makes itself happen, that's cool. That's awesome. But I'm trying to push you guys' stuff. I'm not trying to become something of myself. CRoM. I mean, the group is the group. I'm just the guy that started it.
The guys in the chat are talking about Boston. Boston, there's 3 major shows. There's Fan Expo Boston, which is pretty okay. There's Boston Comic Con. I know Fan Expo. I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. There's Boston Comic Con.
Pete,
me too. Me too. Me too. And I've come this close.
Yeah.
Boston Comic Con's pretty cool, but the winner, and it's a tough for some of y'all. Eve might like it though, and it's always on Easter weekend. Anime Boston is phenomenal. But but Boston's tough.
Look at all these people trying to get us in Boston, Raj. I'm starting to feel like this is set up, bro.
You know good and well that wouldn't end well. It'd be an ass whipping for some creator up there. Just saying.
Hey man, I'll probably get arrested getting off the plane. Shit.
Most of my problems in Boston start with beer and sports.
Well, mine start with a comic.
No.
Mine starts with Patriot fans dropping their R's and talking stupid and needing to get fixed.
All right, guys. Well, let's call it a night.
Russell, thank you.
Thank
Eve, message me. We'll talk about Anime Boston.
Out for Mojo.
Eve, definitely message me on Facebook. We'll talk about Anime Boston.
We'll be letting everybody know. We'll have a launch party. I'm sure it'll be, we'll fire it up.
Guys, thank you so much.
Guys.
Russell, thank you so much. God bless you and your family. See you guys later.
Yes.
Thank you.
Raj, good seeing you, bro. Russell, thanks a lot, man. We'll do it again, and we'll definitely
see you guys Saturday.
Looking forward to it, man.
All right, thanks.
Comic related madness, Russ Explode Studios. Peace.
Peace. All right, guys. Well, that was a great night. Definitely check out CRoM Con 5. It's taking place this weekend, August 1st and 2nd, starting Saturday morning and running all the way through till Sunday night. My segment will be from 8 p.m. Central Time Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I got David Faught, Wendy Steen Shaner. Looks like Steph Wilson's going to be there. Eve, if you're interested. Larry, if you're interested, hit me up. I've got a few spots available. Definitely check it out. It's going to be a fun time. Tom Hutchison will be on there as well. So thanks to everybody for watching. Everybody that goes back and watches this, thank you very much for checking out the show. I'm really excited to see all the people helping promote each other's work, and I'm really excited to bring my project to life this fall. I can't wait for everybody to read it. And so, Larry, CRoM Con's this weekend. I know you said you have a panel in the morning. So mine's at 8 p.m. Saturday Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to hop on, we're not doing anything really. We're just getting on and talking about our projects and, trying to promote stuff. Tom will be promoting Critter, BDI hardcover 10-year anniversary. There will be a ClickCon in September. And then, Lewis said he might be there. He's got Lily the Demoness wrapping up. It's a Saturday night show, so it'll be Saturday night. So yeah, definitely hit me up, send me a private message if you guys want to be there. So 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night. So hit me up. Anybody else that's watching this back, if you want to get on there, definitely get on there. We'll show off some projects. Have a good time, derail a bunch. So thanks a lot for being here. Let's keep supporting those indie creators out there, and let's keep these awesome books rolling. You guys have a great night. I will see you later.